Lincoln.
Come on, it's 6 o'clock. Rise and shine, rise and shine.
It's time for Early Break, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. Live from Lincoln, America. Here's Jake Sorensen.
Did seem kind of meh.
Husker Online, Steve Sipple.
Surprisingly good.
And longtime college football assistant coach, Bill Busch.
I want to buy a couple ducks. I'm bringing 2 ducks to the office.
This is Early Break.
Good morning. Happy Monday to you, Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, Bill Busch on Early Break. Full show ahead. Lots to get to in the loss on Saturday at Memorial Stadium, 13-10 to Maryland. We'll get to that a lot here in a second after we get past idle chit-chat after a weekend that was. Sip, how's it going?
It's going good. I watched American Made yesterday.
Oh, that's no surprise to anybody.
Yeah, I did.
Did it end the same?
It's on Netflix.
Did it end the same? Great question.
I watched it right up to the last 30 minutes when things really go awry for Barry Seal.
Yeah. Where did you watch it at?
At my old house.
But like on DVD or what?
Netflix.
It's not on Netflix.
It is 100%
American Made's on Netflix?
Yeah, it's
right,
100%
this weekend. Then.
Yeah, it's 100% on Netflix. 100.
That's new then.
100.
That's new.
Hundo.
That's new.
Yeah,
Great movie.
I watched
Great movie.
it right up till Barry started just having to run from the cartel.
Yeah.
It was sad. I don't like watching that part because, Barry's soup at that point.
That's your guy.
It's Kurt.
That's your dude.
He has to tell his wife, to move to Baton Rouge and I'm going to be on the run for a while. Oh, God, I don't even like to talk about it. Anyway, it was fun. I love the movie.
He kind of got himself in his own pickle, though, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Barry?
Self-made pickle.
I appreciate that you refer to him by his first name. My friend Barry.
And Steve Harbaugh.
Yes.
Easy.
Whoa.
Wow. How about that, by the way?
Oh,
A little flex over there, huh, for you? You gonna flex on that
I've
one?
got idle chit-chat.
Yeah,
What do you got, Bill?
Local musicians. It's incredible the amount of talent that walks around every day. I'm at
Really?
Sheridan Lutheran Church on Sunday morning. The 9:45 is when me and Laura go. The band is so incredible.
Yes.
It was just, Adam killed his song. But, you just
Adam.
you sit there like you're in you feel like you're in a concert. You feel like you're in, they're that good. And I'm sitting there going like, okay, it's just 9:45. It's Sheridan Lutheran. Just imagine the talent that's walking around this town. Because these guys right here, I'm like, they should be in Nashville.
Oh,
that
it's a
good.
country band?
That's the vibe that I get from the lead singer from last time. And they also have several different people that sing. But local musicians.
Local walking around.
There has to
There's
be
tons of them.
It's
And
insane
they're all good.
to have that kind of talent set, to be walking around just here in Lincoln. It's everywhere.
Everywhere.
But it's probably just me. I am so perplexed and amazed by people that can play instruments and can perform. I'm just like, some people go like, yeah, I can play that. I can play that. Yeah, I can play that. How do you play like 4 instruments? People can do it.
Yeah.
Talent.
Not us.
No, not us. Not at all.
Zero.
Oh, wait a second.
But Josh can. But
Josh can.
Yeah, Josh is capable.
Josh.
So basically, I was talking about you, Josh.
He can take
Right
off
there.
his stocking cap and
He's a little cold in there.
Oh, he's
But
always
anyway.
cold. Wears a coat all the time.
And also, I don't know any local magicians, but I think they're great too.
oh God.
Musicians and magicians.
Magicians
Yeah.
are
Yeah.
incredible.
When you see a magician that's first of all, you're like, oh, do I want to see one? No. All of a sudden you see one, you're going,
I'm
pretty incredible.
I'm in. Let's watch.
Let's watch this. How do you do that?
Those magicians and musicians, though, would look at you and say, you have a skill set. Crazy skill set. Crazy. It's crazy what you can do. I'm serious. What football coaches know and can do and execute on the field freaks me out.
There's a lot of things that go on like that.
Yeah,
So
you know
it's
what
like a
you're
right-
You have
and-
your own skill set.
But in this room, who has the highest skill set?
I don't.
Bill.
Oh, Jake Sorensen.
No, Bill.
Not
It's
even
Bill.
close.
It's Bill.
Jake Sorensen.
Not
Here.
me. It's Bill.
Jake Sorensen.
It's Bill.
Look at him over there.
Yeah, look at him. He's running the board. He's running the board. The Dolphins
the
had a
board.
bye. Look at the
And
board.
Dolphins they couldn't hurt me yesterday. They didn't play.
You don't even know he's running the board.
I had Jake mark himself safe Saturday.
Yes.
And he got home. He went directly home into
I'll
his
give you the
basement to his
play-by-play.
couch. He went directly home. I checked him. I go, Jake,
Please.
are you still having a beer? He goes, no. I stopped at 3. I've been
That's
home.
exactly what happened.
What happened?
Yeah.
Well, I went to the game. So went to the tailgate before the game, had a couple beers. I said, I'll go to the game. I had tickets. I'll go.
Good.
So I went to the first half. I told you guys, I left at halftime. I wanted to go
did.
I wanted to go back to the tailgate. And so I did.
Okay.
And so I went back to the tailgate, was there until the end of the game, stuck around for like 5 minutes and said, I'm out of here. So I fight. I'm going against the traffic, like back to Memorial Stadium.
You're like a salmon.
Oh, this is bad. That is a horrible traffic.
Yes.
It's terrible.
Well,
and I get stopped on the way over by a guy that watches the show, listens to the show. So I had a beer with them. I said, I'll have a beer with you, sure.
Nice.
And so then
he pleases the people.
I went back. So I usually hang out for at least an hour to fight traffic, to get away from traffic. I said, no, I'm so pissed. I'm going to go back in the traffic and get to my house. I don't care at this point. I was so upset.
It was 7-zip.
And as
halftime.
As Bill
like
said,
that 7-0?
as Bill said, yes, I stopped. I had my last beer at like 2:30 or 3. I went home. Nothing the rest of the day. I just sat downstairs. It kind of was in and out of consciousness, of sleeping and not sleeping, watching football, being pissed at the world.
He was so mad. His texts were so mad.
I was so disappointed in the result of the game. And so, I watched the Wisconsin Northwestern game, which was hilarious. Watched a movie, and I went to bed. It was great.
Yeah.
But I would have gladly had a beer with you, Bill. I just was not in the mood to do that.
Oh, God. That hurts to hear him say
possible.
that. That hurts to hear him say
It's not your fault.
Yeah,
you have no fault. It's mine.
Because
Nebraska's fault.
Jake has a lot of spirit.
I do.
Jake is full of spirit. We do not need basement couch Jake.
In and out of consciousness.
In and out of consciousness.
No.
No, we need him fully conscious.
Yeah, you need me there to be all fired up and happy. But that's what happened. So
okay, who the Dolphins play this week?
They play the Raiders in Miami. Raiders, by the way, beat the Jets last night, 16-12, on another horrific edition of Sunday Night Football. Because if the Jets or Raiders are involved, it's guaranteed to be a bad football game, and it was exactly that with one touchdown. 16-12, your Raiders back to 5-5.
I can't call my Raiders. I just don't follow.
Your former Raiders are 5-5.
The Jets now have went 35 straight series without a touchdown.
Sounds about right.
35 straight. They got the ball 35 times and 35 straight times, not a touchdown.
They need a defensive score.
Not a
pick
touchdown.
6. They need a pick 6 or something.
35.
How is that even possible?
35.
They can't score touchdowns. Yeah. Zach Wilson can't do it. Now, Rodgers is supposedly coming back mid-December.
Oh, there's no way.
If they go on a losing streak, there's no way he comes back. No way. They got to be in contention for him to come back.
And they probably win the game if he just – it wasn't on him. He made an unbelievable run. But he steps out of bounds by about a centimeter.
2 or 3 yard line.
And then – so they have first and 2 at the 2. Then they're kicking the field goal from the 13.
Yeah, they had a holding penalty. They had a holding.
And it was just –
hilarious.
Oh.
The Jets are incompetent. I love it. So that's what happened last night. Dolphins,
they got 3 wins, don't they? They're
4-5. They're 4-5.
They got 4.
And they beat the Eagles. They're the only team that beat the Eagles this year.
So they're not in total disarray.
No, but they're in
disarray. They could have easily won the game last night and been 5-4.
They could be 6-3. They've blown several games this year, but that's the way NFL goes. So.
Well, we're all here.
16-12.
Well, there's not much going on in college football.
No.
So let's stick with the NFL.
By the way, that's Idle Chit Chat, sponsored by our friends. But hey, one last thing. You guys, I sent you guys a picture yesterday. I was at Costco, and I got
it looks incredible.
Yeah, explain this.
Okay, you walk into Costco, which is, again, just the best people-watching place in the city, by the way. It's incredible at Costco. Okay. But you walk in, and they've got all the things to tempt you at the very front of the store. Oh, yeah, I got to get this. And they got like coats up front. The coat's pretty good. Should I buy that coat? No, I did not buy the coat. However, they had a beer advent calendar, which is straight from Germany.
Yes.
There's 24 beers that are 16 ounces straight, all from Germany. And my wife's like, "You got to get that." I said, "I know I have to get that." So I got the $70 beer advent calendar, 24 16-ounce beers from December 1st to the 24th.
That's awesome.
So get your own at Costco.
Yeah. So 24 days, 24 beers.
One beer a day.
70 smackaroos. Not bad. That's
yeah,
not that
it's
bad.
actually pretty good for imported beer from.
You're very
Germany.
Proud of that.
It's like $3.
He was.
Beer. Yeah,
you're very proud of that.
I was proud of it. So.
We had one of those advent calendars for sugar.
Oh yeah, the dog one,
treat.
Right? Yeah,
dog
I saw that also at Costco. I saw it there. So there we go. That's Idle Chit Chat, sponsored by our friends at Newton's Lawn Care. Okay. Nebraska football. They did play on Saturday. It was horrific. Nebraska loses the game 13-10. The stat, there's a lot of stats to get to that are bad, but we'll stick with this one. 3 quarterbacks played this game for Nebraska, and they combined to go 10 for 21 passing, 86 yards, no touchdowns, and 4 interceptions, including 2 of those were in the end zone for Nebraska. They fall 13-10 to Maryland. Terrapin's now bowl eligible. Huskers need one more win to get to bowl eligibility. And there's a lot of ways to go with this, Sip, but there's your opening stat regarding the quarterbacks, which were the main storyline of this game for the Huskers.
Yeah, they got a problem. I mean, the other stat, of course, is that they lead the nation. Nebraska leads the nation in turnovers with 27 now. 22 of those are by the quarterbacks. 14 interceptions by the quarterbacks, 8 fumbles by the quarterbacks. And, interestingly, Harburg has fumbled. I mean, that's lost fumbles, obviously. Harburg has fumbled 7 times without losing. So it could be worse. It's an incredible, remarkable stat that Nebraska leads the country by far in turnovers. It's threatened. I say threatened to define the season. You could say, no, it defines the season. The only reason I say threatened is because they could pull out of it. If they win the last 2 and then they win a bowl game, then maybe you wouldn't say that the season was defined by turnovers, but right now,
as of right now, it is.
Right now, it is. Yeah. So what? Now, the big question I would ask you guys, if we're trying, I mean, we will rehash the game, but just pushing it forward a little bit. Who do you start on Saturday in Wisconsin at quarterback?
If the appearance to me from just watching, if you just said let's just watch all 3 from this game. And then having a chance to have seen Nebraska play, I haven't seen every single snap. I've seen quite a bit of it this year. From my viewpoint, Chubba Purdy looked. I just off that one. Just off of that, if someone just said, "Take the game Saturday," who would you go with on next Saturday? I would say Chubba Purdy.
That's what I would say
because he's played in the past. He has a couple starts from last year. He's been around. It sounded like he was unhealthy. That now he is much more healthy. So just from that part of it. And I think there's a little bit of a potential spark to it. I know spark's always a weird word. I don't get all. I'm okay with spark. I don't get all caught up in that. But I think right now it would probably be difficult for probably just coaching staff and fan base for Sims to go back in right away.
It's nearly impossible.
I don't think you can't play him again. I don't think that Jeff Sims can see the playing field ever again at Nebraska.
What I wrote on Saturday is he played his way into quarterback oblivion. He can't. The turnover issues were significant at Georgia Tech, and you thought, okay, wait, he's hit Nebraska now. He'll put those behind him.
No, the stat go around is he has a turnover every 9 plays.
Well, he has this year 6 interceptions in 47 attempts. Okay?
Yeah.
That's not 6 interceptions in 47 attempts. Yeah. Now, you think about that. There's quarterbacks that attempt 47 passes in a game.
Yeah.
But I've never seen 6 interceptions.
maybe one.
It doesn't get to that generally, right?
Especially when you're not getting a bunch because of the style of offense they run. You're not getting just a crazy amount of different coverages.
Good point.
You're not getting all kinds. These are not on. You get a lot of matchups that you want off the play action type of thing.
Right. That's a good point. So the numbers in that regard.
I love the rust of the paper. Yes,
it looks like it's 1964 over here.
Well, it is 2023, and there's still newspapers.
Yes, it's great. I love that.
I do like that.
It's a great sound.
This is the Lincoln Journal Star. 6 interceptions from Sims and 47 total pass attempts. Harburg, 7 interceptions in 157. Sims, I just don't know. I mean, I don't feel horrible criticizing. I mean, he's a grown man. He's making a lot of money. I hope people don't come on us and say, get off his back. He's just a kid. No, not really. He's not performed. And I was the one, I backed him. I said, you got to give him another shot of extended action before you write him off. Okay. Well, here was his shot. I mean, and he had a shot, and I thought, okay, I'm open-minded on this, and he looked pretty good at times.
And then the fourth quarter happened. He had back-to-back turnovers. Fumbles the ball to begin the fourth quarter inside their own 25-yard line, 30, wherever they're at.
Yeah, they're right on the cusp of the red zone.
Right. Okay, and then the very next play, they get the ball back after Maryland scores, and he throws a pick that's nowhere near anybody. It's right to Maryland.
Confounding pick.
is either overthrown or under. There's no Nebraska player even close to that ball.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's it.
You had to pull him. You had to. There was no other option but to pull him because you can't trust the guy.
No, you can't.
He is a walking turnover machine. That's what he is. He's been that, and he is still is. You can't fix it at this point. He is what he is, and you cannot play him ever again at Nebraska.
I mean, you might have
Jake,
to.
make a statement. Just tell us what you think.
I speak for the people.
Tell us where you're at with this.
I
just want to know. I just want to know where you're at with this.
I'm trying to see the field.
I'm trying to figure out where you stand on
Bill's
this.
not sure. I'm not sure. What kind of wish-wash.
I'll check separately. Like, what is Jake?
I couldn't get Jake's answers for you. Jeff Sims.
I mean,
very wishy-washy.
The issue is you might have to play him. Now, see, here's the thing about Chubba. He's got some kind of groin injury that he's facing surgery. And I don't know when the surgery will be. He looked fine to me.
He looked like when he ran the ball, he ran fine.
He did. He did. And he's been practicing full go. So I don't understand that part. Some media members raised that to me. Well, he's got a groin issue. I don't know. He didn't look like it. And I know he's been practicing. So I don't know what all that means. Now, you could go back to Harburg. Harburg, we haven't talked about.
With the injury.
Yeah, hurt his ankle, pulled him in the second quarter. And I saw him. He could have went back in. He did get cleared. So he's cleared. I think he could play. He got cleared.
So it's a lot different than, so it's not a true high ankle. Because I know before, if it's a true high ankle, he'd be done for the year.
Yeah, it must not be. So I did literally see him on the sideline with Rhule, and he was pointing to his leg. I didn't know at the time it was his ankle, and he was pointing down, and he was pushing off, and I think he probably was saying, I just can't push off. So, and then but again, cleared to go back in. So it could be Harburg on Saturday night at Wisconsin. But if Harburg can't run like he's normally can, then the value drops significantly.
Can you go Wildcat quarterback with a running back at this point?
Yeah.
I know. I'm not even joking. I'm not even joking. I'm not even joking.
I'm just trying to get where you're at.
Can I read some text here? I want to.
You're fine.
You want the text line?
I know your frustration.
From the text line? Joe and Boulder's with us this morning. Okay. Joe says, I honestly would rather see the fourth team walk-on quarterback than Jeff Sims.
Luke Longvold.
Maybe he throws interceptions too, but we've seen enough from Jeff Sims. Right? We've seen it. Like and Sim, I get what you're saying because I'm with you to a certain extent. You give him one more chance to prove it. To prove, hey, that I can be something here. And he did nothing with it. A flash off the bat, and then back to what we know Jeff Sims to be. Turnover machine.
I'm not disagreeing with you. The only thing, though, you got to be delicate if you're a coach because you might need him again. That's the thing. But that's scary. No, I'm with you. It's a scary proposition. I said I want to see one more instance of extended action before I write him off. There it was. All right.
Then write him off.
Pretty much wrote him off.
Into the sunset.
Yeah, I hate to do that, but it's not a freshman. It's not a sophomore.
No.
It's a seasoned quarterback who had 3 years at Georgia Tech.
It was your hand-picked transfer quarter.
Which is a whole nother conversation. This is the guy they picked. This is the guy they picked out of the gate. Now, does it diminish your confidence in the staff? How could it not? This is the guy they picked. It wasn't, oh, God, we got to get somebody. It's late. We got to, this is a rush job. No, it's not. It wasn't a rush job. They evaluated it and said, this is the guy. And then all summer said, this is our guy. In fact, they gave him the job in the spring. They gave him the job.
Rhule was hired in December. He had plenty of time.
They gave him the job in the spring. They gave him the job in August.
It's true.
He was the guy until he got hurt. Okay? This is the issue is, to me, this is one of the biggest decisions you have to make as a staff out of the gate. Who's the quarterback? They picked the wrong guy out of the gate. You can't say anything but that right now. And that's, it doesn't have to be.
That is the number one text that I get is where would Nebraska be with Casey Thompson? Oof. That's what people ask me all the time.
God, American made was good yesterday.
Yeah. But that's
I know,
what
you're
the
right.
fan base is. And I don't know if it's the fan base text line can text in.
No,
that's the text I get all the time. Because people are always like, "Hey, if we have
made the wrong decision,
where would they be with Casey Thompson? Do they lose to Minnesota? Do they lose other games? Do they lose? Do they get beat by Michigan State if Casey Thompson's playing? If they, that's a hypothetical.
It's a.
I'm just saying that's those are the messages that everyone gets them.
Yeah.
It's like, where would we be if Casey Thompson was still here?
Ouch.
And no one knows that though. But you don't know. You don't know that.
He would have to stay healthy.
Yeah, it might be better for the health of the fans. He got hurt earlier this year, so you could keep seeing stats comparison. Hey, 28 touchdowns and 4 picks this year.
Good point.
I don't wish injury. It's unfortunate it happened. But in terms of the fans' mental sake and comparing,
are we being too harsh?
Is
anybody saying that?
No. Probably not being harsh enough is what people are saying.
What
on the
else
situation? This is a team that, if you look at the Big Ten West, the West sucks.
I know.
Iowa is still not good, and they're 8-2.
Good win
overall. Nice. That was their best win of the season against Rutgers. That was an impressive 22-0 win.
Really good.
They got 402 yards.
We thought they'd lose, and they won handily.
Oh.
A great second half. It was 3-0 at halftime. They pulled away. Obviously, won 22-0 in the second half overall.
But you're right. The division was there for the take.
You have 5 teams tied for second right now, and none of them are really good. None of them.
Pretty bad division. I mean, the Big Ten in general is not that good right now. It's not. I mean, the top 2 teams are really good. After that, not. I mean, there's a nice story going at Northwestern for sure, and they're playing pretty good football. And there's some teams playing pretty good football, but no, the top 2 are really good. That's what I'm going to say. Michigan's really good.
Yeah. The teams adding in next year. There's some really good ones.
Oh boy,
they won't be the same though. I guess they're not the same. But right now, Washington, you wouldn't want to play Oregon right now.
No, you wouldn't.
No, play Oregon right now.
No, you wouldn't want to play Washington right now.
Wouldn't want to play USC that bad either. Caleb Williams still pretty good.
Yeah, they can score.
Still pretty good. It's still pretty good.
Third best quarterback in that league.
Yeah.
Go.
But here's some audio from postgame. Matt Rhule was talking about, as you could expect, the quarterback situation. Several items here. Here is the question: can Chubba Purdy start for a whole game? This is Matt Rhule postgame.
Yeah, I mean, I think he'd answer that better than me. I know, the other day they did the groin testing, and they do it every week, and his strength was back to where it originally was. That being said, he definitely does have, something that, might require something at the end of the year. But, when his number was called, he went out there and he played, and, we're backed up on our own 4-yard line, right? He took us all the way down to the opposite 4 with a chance to score. I mean, you talk about moments that can ignite an offense and ignite a team. Like even in the first half, right? We take the ball all the way down the field. We go for 4th and 2. We get it. We get down to the 27-yard line. That was a tough call for me because Ed had said the 25-yard line because of the wind today. And, we thought, hey, let's go for 4th and 2 with the wind and didn't get it. Then he brings us all the way back down again, and then we throw the interception in the end zone. To think that we had 2 interceptions in the end zone today is difficult, right? So, and then that drive at the end. I mean, again, those are drives that can ignite a season and turn a season around, and we just didn't finish them. But I'm happy to see that Chubba got a chance to play, and we will just, if he's the guy, we'll coach him up as best we can.
We have not yet addressed the play that is going around Husker Nation, which is, again, 3rd and goal at the 5-yard line. Nebraska's tied 10-all with Maryland, and they opt to throw the ball versus running it and ensure a field goal chance. Yeah, 3rd and 5 at the 5-yard line, though, right? 3rd and goal.
Yeah, 3rd and goal.
And it results in an interception. It's thrown the way of both Malachi Coleman and Billy Kemp, basically in between them. Gets picked off.
It was 4 Kemp.
Gets picked off, returned 20-some yards, and Maryland goes out and scores the field goal that wins the game after that.
I was in real time. I was 100% okay with it. I get now. There's a lot of second guessing going on now that you run the ball, and you don't get in. Goal. Yeah, you hit the field. You make the field goal. I mean, when you second guess this, you obviously you have the benefit of hindsight, and you can say, "Well, he threw an interception." Blah blah blah. But I don't mind going for a win, and because it's an aggressive move on 3rd down. And if you don't complete the pass, that's when you kick. That's when you're obviously going to kick a field goal at that point. You don't think your quarterback's going to throw an interception on a corner route. It's not. I mean, it's just a bad throw. Good play by Tarheeb. Still stepped in there. I think he went off his man and went and got the ball. Nice job. Just a bad pass. But right now in year 1, I'm all for trying to ignite the program in that situation. And it would have been an incredible story if Chubba Purdy would have led him to the winning touchdown. And it would have been a big jolt. It would have been a huge burst of energy. Now, some people are going to say, yeah, but he did the dumb thing. Well, he did the dumb thing because because it didn't work. If he does kick the field goal and Maryland goes down and scores a touchdown, then what are we saying? Weak move, weakness. You're not, where's the aggression? And Maryland ran for 70 yards in the fourth quarter. They moved the ball down the field. There's no guarantee. Everybody says, yeah, you lean on that good defense. Well, the good defense was wavering in the fourth quarter.
It did.
So I was okay with it. And that's an unpopular stance, what I found. But I was, in real time, I was fine.
Yeah, that's a hindsight play. Yep. I mean, to look back, now it's easy to be able to say that. I think it's a little more surprising probably on the play. Was it play 2?
Yeah.
That Chuba pulled the ball and ended up throwing it to because
it was a designed run.
And
he pulled it unexpectedly.
Yeah, and I believe it was designed to be a give, which probably puts him in at worst, maybe a 3rd and 2.
That was the first down play.
First down play, was it?
And then the second down play, it was a handoff to Emmett Johnson for -2.
That's right.
Yep. Yeah. But the first down play, you're right. Now, that was supposed to be a handoff. Chuba, for some reason, pulled it and rolled out.
So that could have been an interesting, obviously, because as you're watching, I'm going like, hey, run it 3 times if you don't get it. And the chance of him stopping you, the 4th down play is going to be, what do you want to do? It's going to be 4th and a foot, probably, most likely. You don't know, but these are all hypotheticals. But when it's all said and done, maybe with the spot, the only thing you would push back on, you just say, hey, we have, our current third string quarterback, and even though they all get reps, I mean, I think even Coach Rhule said you don't get the same amount of reps.
You don't,
especially with that group. You might get reps, but not with that group. That's not how it works. Mm-hmm. So sometimes you might just say, hey, listen, just keep the main thing.
Yeah.
Which at that point in time would have been the ball.
Right.
Would have been the ball.
Try to run it in.
Try to do that. Unless it'd be one of those things where it's like, Chuba, you feel really good about this, what we have called. You feel really good about what we're doing in this case and what we're going to be able to get done. And obviously the staff felt good with the call because you always have the chance, I'm sure, when the call was made, there's always veto power I'd imagine of like, we don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. It's not like it was called pretty cleanly. There wasn't a lot of pushback on the call from the sideline. So they had a plan. They put it in and they ran it. And like I said, very bizarre, because I always say that man-to-man coverage, which what they were in, is pass incompletion defense. It's not pass interception defense.
Right.
And so it's just very odd.
Right.
That also is very odd that there was someone in the position to come off of their route in the spot that they were in.
He threw a bad pass. He had guys open too. He had 2 guys open.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. But that was if they scored, it's a 97-yard drive though. Guy off the bench, third string quarterback, 97-yard drive. But that's just another what if though for Nebraska football. Another close call. I mean, you could have clinched a bowl berth with a 97-yard drive, possibly with your third string quarterback.
And all be a joke.
With all the things that went wrong on Saturday, with all the turnovers, you still
that's what you'd be talking
had a good
about.
chance to win.
Yeah, and that's what you'd be talking about. It'd be a big positive jolt for the program. I'm okay with going for that and not just settling and hoping. Settle and hope that your defense holds. I don't know. I'm okay with it. I was okay with it in real time, and I'm not going to second guess it. I'm not going to second guess.
Matt Rhule, what's your message to the team following a tough loss? Now you're 5-5, 2 games to go. Matt Rhule post game.
Yeah, I think right now, I think when you win and you lose, it's really important to talk about the moment that you're in. I think for me, it's important to remind them, that how much I respect them and care about them, and how I know some guys are really hurting, and some guys I'm sure feel like, man, I let the guys down, or if I hadn't done this. But it's the man in the arena, the guy that has the guts to go out there, that puts himself out there. So I just encourage them to make sure they understand that at the University of Nebraska, I expect us to finish the game on offense, but also expect us to finish the game on defense. And this shouldn't be anything but a team. And that when I think about that game, I think about what I could have done differently, not, oh, you should have done this. So I encourage the team to do that. I encourage the team to come back next week, ready to go. This is, as I said, the things that we talk about, not beating ourselves, not having penalties, winning the turnover battle, running the ball and stopping the run, affecting the quarterback, fourth quarter shutouts, middle eight, all the things that we talk about are really what winning and losing is about. And so our guys are learning that lesson, sometimes really good, sometimes really bad, in terms of like in tough circumstances, not tough circumstances, but if they can learn everything there is to know about winning and losing in these times, they'll be really good in the end. So just reminded them that, you know what, we'll go play Wisconsin. It's another Big Ten team. It'll probably be the same type of game. Probably get down to the end. Probably need to make one more play than than the other team did tonight. Maryland did, to give them credit. But I really do believe that that's the message. And I believe that our seniors, you know, they're winners. And I know how badly they want to win, how badly they want to finish with a win and get to a bowl game and all those different things. And sometimes you have to overcome these circumstances and show back up, you know, when you're kind of crushed to get there. And I expect our guys will do that versus a really tough Wisconsin team next week. And so, but that was the message. There, you know, there wasn't a lot of yelling and screaming. I know the guys played hard. They laid all their heart and soul on the line. You know, got guys banged up, other guys stepped in. You know, I just want them to learn from it and continue to get better.
The turnover issue does overshadow a lot of good things. Ty Robinson was a monster in that game. The defense played well. I mean, you should win when the opponent scores 13. Robinson was a monster. Omar Brown made a huge play, forced a fumble, recovered it. Nebraska scored a touchdown. Javin Wright had a great game. Great interception. Yeah. Javin Wright had a great game and a great interception that led to 3.
The strip was
by Omar.
The strip when they were going in to score, it was first in
that's right,
2-yard line. That's right. Who was that? Who made that strip?
Javin Wright.
Was it Javin Wright?
It was right.
Oh,
it was.
Okay.
Yeah, that was even more impressive.
So he had a pick and a forced fumble.
Yeah, those are impressive.
What was incredible about it was when the running back from Maryland got spun around, he had 2 hands on the ball. I've never seen a fumble happen like that. It wasn't like the ball was. No, he had 2 hands on the ball and still got it punched out because that was the play. I don't know if Nebraska's going to be able to stop him. I think that made it first down, or that was a first down.
Yeah,
they
were in trouble.
They were 3-yard line. They were in a great spot. There's a chance to go in. Honestly.
They were going in probably. Yeah. So that, and then Emma Johnson played well. And then you know what? The offensive line had the second best game of the year. Protection wasn't a big issue, and they ran the ball for 184 yards and averaged, I don't know, 4 something a carry. Emmett Johnson averaged 4.9 a carry, got 87 yards. I think something like that. 87.
Emmett had 17 for 84.
84.
Yeah.
Total yardage on both teams, Jake.
Yeah, total yardage. Maryland in this game had, let me get this,
384.
Maryland had 384. Nebraska 269 in the ball game.
So before that last drive, Nebraska was in the 100s.
Yeah, Maryland was moving the ball more in the fourth quarter. Ran for 70, I think, in the fourth
Maryland's
quarter.
2 drives in the fourth. They had 3 drives. They had one of them was 6 plays, 46 yards. The other one, 12 plays, 75 yards.
Yeah, they're moving it. Yep. We are friends here. Look at Farley.
He's going to have comments.
So there was things that they executed a fake punt really well, and
that was a good fake. Yeah, Forfeiture. Yeah.
So there's things in Alvano's now turned it around. Buschini's 2 punts were good. They did a lot right. It goes back to the turnovers. You lead the nation in turnovers. Your quarterbacks have 22 turnovers. You're failing. At that point,
it's been a topic, and they had 5 turnovers again.
God,
you forced 3, and you're still -2 in the game. You're not minus 14 of the season,
and probably caught a little bit of a break overall because there's been a lot more balls on the ground.
Yeah,
that have been recovered.
7 by Heinrich that he's recovered.
He's recovered,
or Nebraska
recovered.
Yeah, 7.
Yeah.
I mean. So, yeah, it could be worse.
Nebraska falls 13-10 to Maryland. Wisconsin up next. Nebraska, a 7-point dog to a team that lost 24-10 to Northwestern on its home field.
I watched almost that entire game. I couldn't imagine. Like I said, I'm a big Luke Fickell fan, and I coached at Wisconsin twice, and that is not what Wisconsin looks like remotely. I mean, it looked bad.
Maybe they'll make their way into head scratchers. Up next, an early break in the ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
If you struggle with joint pain, there's good news. You don't need surgery to get back to full health. South Point Medical and Aesthetics offers breakthrough non-surgical options for treatment of moderate to severe joint pain. Our patients experience little to no downtime from our procedures, and the results are remarkable. They've had 14 years of successful treatments with patients from 35 states because of an effective word-of-mouth traffic. Learn more about how you can get lasting results for joint pain today at southpointmedical.com or call 402-323-8400. Constructors Inc., a Nebco company, is now hiring heavy equipment mechanics to maintain fleet equipment and vehicle operations. Constructors offers mechanics a competitive salary, 4-day work weeks with overtime options, a $5,000 hiring bonus, a tool allowance, and great benefits. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. Apply today for their mechanic positions. Visit constructorslincoln.com.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Brown Shoe Fit has all types of shoes for you to excel this fall. Check out their large variety of tennis shoes and dress shoes in brands like Brooks, Hoka, Merrell, On, and many more. Browns has the local professionals to get the proper fit, aided by their high-tech foot scanner by Aetrex. Stop by Brown Shoe Fit today, just south of 66th and Q in Lincoln, or check out their options online at brownshoefitco.com.
Okay, it's time to sell the house. How do we even begin to choose from the hundreds of realtors in town?
Easy. We make a pros list.
You mean a pros and cons list?
No, just a pros list. We need someone with pro photography to showcase the house in the best possible way, pro marketing to make sure we get maximum exposure, pro negotiations so we know we get the best price.
This is one of those times where you already know the right answer, isn't it?
You know it is. Ben Bleicher and Professional Realty Group.
Contact Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Services Ambassador. Online at prg-ne.com.
You're counting on your team to win, so why not prove it? At Warhorse Sportsbook, their win is your win. Put your money where your mouth is on nearly every sporting event. Use the Warhorse app to check odds and build your bets before placing your wagers in person at Warhorse Casino in Lincoln or Horseman's Park in Omaha, including live in-game betting. No bets, no glory. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they've raised wages again, and they're hiring for production operators at $24.62 per hour, which grows to $28.97 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $33.36 per hour, with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or apply, go to continentaljobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
If you're like most guys with symptoms, you don't want to ask for help. Perhaps a free consult with the men's health experts will encourage you. What could it hurt? Limitless knows exactly how to treat your symptoms. They will verify with a blood test, and in a very short time, you'll feel like a new man. So don't drag your feet. You're not going to feel better unless you get help. The providers at Limitless know what they're doing. To receive your custom treatment plan, schedule online at limitlessmail.com and get your life back.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
Is your backyard ready for fun with friends and family this fall? GE Landscape Supply has pavers and boulders, which are a great accent for any landscaping project. And you can find them at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere, nearby or far away. Stop by at 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday. Go to gelandscapesupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
The holidays are right around the corner. This is a great year to give your family and loved ones the gift of shoes to encourage them to stay active. Fleet Feet Lincoln fits you properly for shoes, and they offer a free group that meets 3 days a week, plus other training programs and a walking group on Mondays. Get healthy, stay healthy with proper shoe wear from Fleet Feet Lincoln and a group of friends that will support you and keep you accountable. Start your health adventure at Fleet Feet Lincoln at 77th and Pioneers.
We're on the air.
Back
Well, party's starting early today, isn't it?
to more of Early Break with Sip and Jake.
Sipple, you are an idiot.
Brought to you by Gaina Trucking. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Well, as you'd guess, so the text line has just been on fire today with people upset about the situation in Nebraska. We will dive back to Nebraska, I promise, at 7 o'clock, top of the hour. We'll get thoughts on the final two games the week ahead against Wisconsin, again, who lost 24-10 to Northwestern at home, Camp Randall,
How about Northwestern?
on Saturday.
How about Northwestern converted 10 straight third downs?
To start, did right off the bat, like to begin, they
10 straight third downs. That's Northwestern. Now that is that Ben Bryant.
Ben
was
Bryant's
back.
pretty good. Yeah,
he
he's
was
pretty
back.
good.
He was back.
That's a difference. It's a huge difference.
How do you do that?
But we saw Sullivan play well against Maryland the week after Nebraska. Like he looked bad against Nebraska, but looked great against Maryland. So take that one.
There's obviously with the quarterback for Maryland. He's tough. He's hard to play. He's a good player.
He's a good player.
And they had some good receivers, but there wasn't like, especially defensively, I didn't see there wasn't any NFL guys running around. You guys mentioned the two guys from Purdue on defense.
The two ends.
Outside
linebackers.
There was nothing like that for Maryland.
No.
There was nothing like that for Maryland.
The kid still, Tarheeb still, that made the two picks is good. I don't know if he's I don't know what I don't know enough about him to know if he's an NFL player.
But when you were watching Maryland, you're like going, okay, I see why they lost 4 in a row. I can see why they've lost 4 in a row. I see why.
They got Michigan now, and Michigan will do what Michigan does. They will hammer them.
Yep, they will. Will not be pretty. All right, it is time for a Monday edition of Head Scratchers, sponsored by our friends at Tread Central Tire Pros, just south of Cortland and Highway 77. Thousands of tire options at Tread Central Tire Pros, Bill.
It is such a comfortable drive down there. People say, it's a little bit out of town. It's in Cortland. No, it's a beautiful drive, very short. What's it, 20 minutes, Jake?
I'd say 20 minutes.
I mean, it's heavenly to go down there. And I really do. That's one spot that I would like to spend. If I could spend at least a full day there every month, I'd be happy.
Well, you can.
Yes. I'm going to go down and see him. Ron Preston from Lyons, Nebraska.
Hey, I met him. Ron's a good dude.
Yeah, really good dude.
What's this place again?
Treads, TREDZ, Treads Central Tire Pros.
So all of a sudden, hey, I need to get my winter tires on my Harley. Go down there.
Well, I don't need on my Harley, but I need on my truck.
Yeah,
so I may be
you know where to go.
Yeah, you know where to go. Get down there.
Yeah.
Get down there.
Also online, treadscentraltirepros.com. All right, Bill, to the Head Scratchers. What's number one?
Guts. Well, they're not all in order right there.
Okay, what's our first one? I mean, what's our first one? Our first one.
Well, Missouri 36, Tennessee 7.
Oof.
13 and 14 playing each other. They scored 7. 36-7. The Drinkowitz. Unbelievable job by him.
How about Eli?
I mean, it's unbelievable job by him. Think they're 8-2.
8-2.
Chance to be 10-2. They're going to New Year's Day Bowl. Missouri.
Maybe. Ole Miss and Missouri are in a little fix here. They're both 8-2. I don't think they can both go to the New Year's.
Top head scratcher. Bedlam. They win it.
Oh, my God.
Oh, boy.
It's crazy. They're in control to get to the championship game. They go to Central Florida and get beat 45-3.
What's the deal?
They scored 3 points. And it did. It rained for a while pretty hard. The other team rained there too. They scored 45. 45-3. It was they wanted nothing to do with the game. I mean, it was we always talk about here. How hard is it emotionally on teams? Just think about that. Bedlam. They win that. They've been on a roll, and they have one of the best running backs in the country.
They do.
And also, I think there were 1-6 in Big 12 play. UCF 1-6. They were 1-5. Whatever it was.
Oklahoma State was. I mean, they might have cost themselves a chance to play in the Big 12 title.
Absolutely. I mean, it was just asleep at the wheel.
It's not just the L. It's a 45-3.
Unbelievable. Texas Tech beating Kansas. Now Bean got hurt, right?
Yeah.
So they went to their third quarterback.
Yes.
And they get beat 16th. They tie it up, and then Texas Tech drives down and kicks the field goal to win it.
So they were down 13 zip. Yes, it came back to make it 13-all.
Yes, and I'm still baffled with what's going on. It seems like Harley talked about Daniels, their quarterback. He's got a tight back, and he's just kind of limited himself from play. Something's odd there. It doesn't add up.
Totally
no one
agree.
will say it adds up. It doesn't add up in any stretch right there. Iowa box score, head scratcher.
Every week it is, isn't it?
Daxton Hill, 20 for 31, 223. Played really well.
Head scratcher that he actually produced.
They had 400-some yards against Rutgers, which has a very good defense, bowl eligible. Going into the game, you're going like, this is going to be a game. This is
absolutely.
This is a 9-7 game. Who's going to win it? That's what it was. It wasn't even a game. It was complete domination by Iowa.
It was 3-0 at halftime. Deacon Hill threw the pick late at the end of the first half.
Daxton Hill. I don't know.
He probably
Deacon Hill. I like Deacon.
So
too.
Rutgers felt like they had a chance, but second half, Iowa pulls away, 22 zip.
Incredible. Here's the one: Illinois 48, Indiana 45 in overtime. This is what's amazing. Illinois obviously had the wrong quarterback.
John Paddock.
They completely they were done at Minnesota. They were done.
Mm-hmm.
They were with Luke Altmaier, same thing. Yeah. They were done. Right. They bring in Paddock.
John Paddock.
Three completions in a row. Takes him 90 yards.
That's right. That was against
to beat Minnesota.
Yeah.
And then he just kind of cool breezes it against Indiana and throws for 507.
507.
507. That's what he did. 507.
His yards per completion must have been through the roof because he didn't have that.
Yeah,
24 completions for 507.
It was 507. So obviously what they had was what? They had the wrong quarterback. They were playing the wrong quarterback. There's no way around it.
Sip, you're right. 24 completions for 507 yards. What's the average on that?
It's a big number. It's a big number.
It's just insane. They had the wrong quarterback.
14.1 average.
Yeah.
Purdue catch.
Purdue 49, Minnesota 30.
I didn't even understand that score.
And Minnesota now has the Buckeyes.
They're done.
They're done. And they play. They'll play the last game against Wisconsin. But the boat rowers they're sinking fast.
They Maccabee and Tyrone Tracy ran for over 100 yards. Both of them.
Northwestern over Wisconsin, which we talked about, was just you know what? It was shocking by the score. It didn't shock me Northwestern beat them. Didn't shock me at all. I mean, Wisconsin just got beat by Indiana on the road too. So they're not playing well. And they're not playing well at all. But here's the biggest head scratcher. It's not even close. Undefeated in the Mountain West Conference. They have one loss. Air Force gets beat by Hawaii.
No.
Hawaii.
I didn't even see it. I didn't know.
27-13. Yeah.
You're kidding me.
No. Air Force got beat by Hawaii.
I didn't even know that either, Jake.
I didn't know that score happened.
That's why
I had no idea.
Yeah, that's why you have to study the game.
Head scratchers.
27-13.
That's the biggest one I've ever. That right there. You talk about a loss of money. That the numbers on that had to be probably like 24 for Air Force, plus 24, I think.
Let's check it out.
Had to be
something crazy.
And if someone says, "Is there any chance that Hawaii can beat Air Force?"
No,
none. Absolutely none. There's no chance they can win the game.
I love that though, because that's why you got to play
college football.
That's right, exactly.
College
that's why you got to
football.
play. That's why you got to play.
Okay, here we go. Here the spread was Air Force by 22.5.
22 and a hook.
And you know who turns it over like nobody's business is Hawaii.
Yeah,
they do.
They were leading. Wasn't Hawaii leading? At one point they were leading.
Nebraska's got them now.
This game, Air Force 4 turnovers, Hawaii 0. So it went plus
there you go.
4 that game. They went plus 4.
Oh, man.
Look at that.
Air Force has got to be just
scratcher.
Head scratcher.
A lot of head scratchers.
A lot of head scratchers. Yes.
I think the biggest head scratcher for me on your list was Purdue scoring that many points.
That was bizarre.
Yes.
That was bizarre.
Everything went their way. I watched some of that. And then also, it's the same thing. People don't stay the same. So Purdue's getting better. Hudson Card is getting better. The games. Just think about how one way to the other. What did Oklahoma do this week?
They won big.
West Virginia playing well.
All right. They
6-3. They score 59 or something like that. It was over. They crushed them.
52.
The week
it was 52 to 7.
The week before they get
59.
beat by Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State now is that we're in control. We're going to the Big 12 championship game. We're going to UCF. They're 4-5. We're good. Nope.
59-20.
Thank you.
Oklahoma over West Virginia.
So week to week, how things change. Week to week.
They do, except for Michigan doesn't change. Michigan keeps rolling.
Georgia doesn't change.
Georgia's won 27 straight. Georgia. I know I watched Georgia Ole Miss. Machine. Michigan and Georgia are the machines right now. They're the machines. They're the best teams in the country.
Yep. I would add maybe one last thing for head scratcher. I talked to Bill about this before the show, but a specific moment in a game. What Oregon, Washington gets a pick. Utah. Excuse me. Washington gets a pick six. It's not a pick six because the guy goes into the end zone and drops the ball.
It before he went in.
And he did the flip thing again.
It's like,
why is this happening?
The full 2 yards.
Yeah, what was he?
So I tried to say to Jake, Jake goes, "How's this happen? What do you do?" I said, in general, you have all these moments of buffoonery that you would show to teams like this is like during camp stuff. This is August stuff. Hey, let's walk through some scenarios of what people have made, egregious errors. And that would be one of them. You had all these different things that you would do, during the season. If it was defense, or if I was in front of the defense as a coordinator or special teams coordinator, I'd always show buffoonery on Friday night from that week of like, let me show you a couple things of just like, what are they doing? What are they thinking to try to educate? Always try to educate. Because to try to educate him now, that's great. The guy's probably 99.99% chance he'll never be in that spot again.
No.
Yeah, if he was, he's
walking in for a pick six.
You're right.
Yes.
He's walking in for a pick six. Just decides to drop it at the 2-yard line.
Football is fraught with potential problems.
That's another edition of Head Scratchers, sponsored by Trent Central Tire Pro on Highway 77 south of Cortland. Phil's Thrills and Song of the Day next on Early Break.
We're doing Song of the Day.
Yes.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
If you're like most guys with symptoms, you don't want to ask for help. Perhaps a free consult with the men's health experts will encourage you. What could it hurt? Limitless knows exactly how to treat your symptoms. They will verify with a blood test, and in a very short time, you'll feel like a new man. So don't drag your feet. You're not going to feel better unless you get help. The providers at Limitless know what they're doing. To receive your custom treatment plan, schedule online at limitlessmail.com and get your life back.
Vershawn Jackson for Brandt Excavating. Brandt's been in business for 29 years, and they specialize in a variety of things. If you're looking for someone to get the job done in precision demolition, excavating, trucking, mass grading, and site prep, Brandt is the place to call. To set up a quote or learn more, call Brandt Excavating at 402-474-4113 or go to BrandtExcavating.com. They're also hiring, so join the team today. Brandt Excavating, a part of the Bauer brand, who reminds you, go big Brandt.
Constructors Inc., a Nebco company, is now hiring heavy equipment mechanics to maintain fleet equipment and vehicle operations. Constructors offers mechanics a competitive salary, 4-day work weeks with overtime options, a $5,000 hiring bonus, a tool allowance, and great benefits. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. Apply today for their mechanic positions. Visit constructorslincoln.com.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices. At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just a professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, our passion. For happier, healthier furry friends. If you struggle with joint pain, there's good news. You don't need surgery to get back to full health. South Point Medical and Aesthetics offers breakthrough non-surgical options for treatment of moderate to severe joint pain. Our patients experience little to no downtime from our procedures, and the results are remarkable. They've had 14 years of successful treatments with patients from 35 states because of an effective word-of-mouth traffic. Learn more about how you can get lasting results for joint pain today at southpointmedical.com or call 402-323-8400.
If your car has sent you to the sidelines, Eustace Body Shop can help. With gold-class certified technicians, OEM parts, and free loaner cars, Eustace Body Shop is your best choice this Husker season. And with 6 locations across central and eastern Nebraska, we've got you covered, whether you're rooting at home or you're headed to Memorial Stadium. Get a free online quote at EustaceBodyShop.com, and let's get you back in the game.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197. If you struggle with joint pain, there's good news. You don't need surgery to get back to full health. South Point Medical and Aesthetics offers breakthrough non-surgical options for treatment of moderate to severe joint pain. Our patients experience little to no downtime from our procedures, and the results are remarkable. They've had 14 years of successful treatments with patients from 35 states because of an effective word-of-mouth traffic. Learn more about how you can get lasting results for joint pain today at southpointmedical.com or call 402-323-8400.
You love to bash his sports takes.
Now, will you feel like an idiot if you're a
No,
big tough?
never feel like an
If
idiot.
you're a big tough guy this morning,
But you really love to voice your displeasure for his music choices.
stumbled on an issue that I did not think would generate this much passion and discussion.
It's time for Jake's questionable song of the day on Early Break on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Once again, your song of the day. Thank you, Sid, for the vocals. Change of Heart. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers from 1982. 464-56851 is bad. 10 is good. Text your rating on the Sauter Heyman Jewelers song of the day.
Can you think about something, guys? Please.
Try to think.
With Petty, everything.
Tom.
Part of the beauty of Petty is simplicity. It's simple chords. It's not. They're usually kind of shorter songs, simple lyrics, but powerful. It's really powerful. Think about that line he had. This is one of the best lines in a song I've ever seen. I've ever seen. I noticed it, when I was a kid. You were the moon and sun. You're just a loaded gun now. Man, I mean, that is hardcore.
It's a good lyric.
I mean, that's super simple, but super powerful. You were the moon and sun. You're just a loaded gun now. Jeez, Tom.
It's deep. That's deep.
God bless
100.
You. Yeah.
Yeah. 100.
Hundo.
So I played pretty much the entire catalog of Tom Petty. So I'm trying to play ones we haven't.
That's one of my favorite songs. Period.
Yeah, and I've never played it before. I played about 15 to 20 other Tom Petty songs in the show.
That's one of Petty's best 5 in my catalog.
I don't agree with that.
I know you don't. It's fine, but it's one of his best. Well, I'll go 9887.
Whoa. Really enjoyed it. I'm a Petty fan. 799.
Wow. That's good. That's good.
I thought you were going lower with that, Bill. I didn't see that.
No, Bill has good taste in music.
Well, I know he does, but I didn't see.
I don't ever miss on whatever my score is. It's
what about Dirty Laundry?
Dirty Laundry.
That was problematic.
The 2 was too high.
No, it
the
wasn't.
2 was too
He
high.
regrets the 2.
No, I still regret it. I've got a breaker going by.
Breaker. Josh.
Josh.
I say he's at 8-4.
8-2.
Okay, I'll go with that.
7. I'll take it.
All right.
What would you give it, Jake?
That's a 8.5. And it's not even top 10 for Tom Petty. That's how good Tom Petty is.
I mean, it's hard. It's hard to rate Tom.
Some ratings. John in Southeast Lincoln, 8.8. Great song. Notorious B.I.B., 7.58. Mac from Omaha, 3.8. Low score for Mac there. Kyle, 9.2. Ron, 9.6. Jay Crow says 2. I changed the station on that song. We'll keep it here right now. 8.8 from Kevin in Centennial, Colorado.
Colorado.
Husker Mike in Waterloo, 7.5.
We love Husker
Who in
Mike.
Columbus? Bird, 6.5 from Bird in Columbus.
Husker Mike gave it a what?
Gave it a 7.3.
Smart man.
Jennifer, 5. Hubby, 5.5.
Ooh.
By the way, they were here for the pregame show on Saturday.
They were.
Jennifer and Brad from Novotny Nutrition and Wellness were here for like an hour.
Wow.
Chilling. Hanging out. So thank you. 9.8, Doug in Northwest Lincoln. The Texas Casanova says a 6. Also says, why can't Nebraska get out of their own way right now? There's a songwriting and a Nebraska comment.
We've been asking that question for some time.
3.7 from The Hammer. Okay.
Hammer time?
Hammer time.
MC Hammer?
Before
what
I
if
get-
it was MC Hammer that texted
That'd be
me?
amazing.
Listen, if he's
He's
listening to
there.
it. He's in Atlanta.
Nebraska
That would
Sports
be
Radio.
one of the best things that ever happened to this show.
You know,
ever.
all of a sudden with the
Hammer time.
with
Just
the
watch
hammer-
our show.
with the pants.
Before we get to
Remember the
Bill's
hammer
Yeah,
time
the
pants?
parachute band.
The parachute pants. What if we all had parachute pants? Maybe it's all doing hammer time.
We should.
We should learn.
We should learn.
Before Bill's throws legal to hang up.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Let's get to a Monday edition of Bill's Thrills.
Some call him the most interesting man in the world.
That is setting up the morel mushroom bonanza.
Oh,
yeah.
is it gonna be bonanza?
Mushrooms grow better with thunder and lightning.
Others call him coach. But to everyone else, he's Bill.
I want to get one of those military ab stimulators for us to wear during the show. You see, I sent it to you today.
It's time for Bill's Thrills on Early Break. Sponsored by Dirk, Scott, and Ty at Mid-Plains Advisors.
It is time for a Monday edition, our first of the week on Bill's Thrills, sponsored by Dirk, Scott, and Ty at Mid-Plains Advisors, the ATMs and the cash cows of Lincoln. Bill, the floor is yours on Bill's Thrills.
LSU Tigers, 7-3, really going nowhere as far as the big picture. Not going to the SEC championship game, not going to any sort of playoffs. That part of it's done. But by far, the best player in college football right now is Jaden Daniels, and it's not even close. He had over 600 some yards himself against Florida. He rushed on 12 carries for 234 yards.
How many carries?
12. Rushed for 234 yards on 12 carries. And I don't know if there was a quarterback designed run. Everyone was a scrap. You can't catch him. Alabama could not catch him. And then also he can throw it. He threw for 350. He had over 620 some yards of offense.
Of total offense?
Total offense.
600?
Yeah,
What?
against Florida in a rivalry game that's played every single year. I mean, so then you go, well, 7-3. How's he going to win this thing? Heisman moment doesn't only come up against Florida. I agree. But let's check this out. So I did a little research on this.
Thank you.
Yes. George Rogers won at 8-3, South Carolina. Marcus Allen, USC, 8-3. Bo Jackson, 8-3. Tim Brown, 8-3. Ricky Williams, 8-3. Tebow, 9-3 when he won it.
Okay.
Like that. Robert Griffin, 9-3. Lamar Jackson, 9-3. There's been even worse ones like that. My favorite one though was Paul Hornung winning it in '56. They were 2-8. They were 2-8. Paul still won.
Those are good 2 wins they had. Those are good numbers.
Good stats, Bill.
Yeah.
But because right away it's like, well, and he hasn't had like this moment against the team when they have that. You know, like Joe Burrow had it against Alabama on TV. Had moments against. He had a bunch of moments on TV. He plays in the playoffs and throws 7 touchdown passes in the first half against Oklahoma. So all those things had those moments that led to those things where it didn't add up in that far. But anyway, the best player right now, if you could pick one, right now, if Nebraska had Jaden Daniels right now, they'd be 9-1.
Good God.
They'd be 9-1.
How can you push back on that?
They would be 9-1.
Push back on
They'd be 9-1.
Yeah, because they got a defense.
Because that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And they're good enough to run the football too with him. And he's just incredible. Now they got some dudes at receiver now. They make him look good at times. They got some real dudes at that spot. But they do a great job with it.
So could you put Marvin Harrison in that conversation? It's probably one of those two.
It's one of those two. I don't think so. I just think because he touches the ball every play.
Sure. Yep.
I think it just makes it so much more. I want to hit on one last. Do I have time for one more last thing?
You do, Bill. Go for it.
Because sometimes Jake tries to cut me short on Bill's throws. So I didn't know if I was going to do it or not.
Floor is yours, Bill.
Okay. Standings.
Okay.
I love standings now.
Yes.
Standings are fun. No one cares a month ago. Big 12, Texas 6-1.
Okay.
4 teams at 5-2. Okie State, Oklahoma, Iowa State, K-State. All at 5-2. All in the fight of who's going to win this thing out. The tiebreaker system will be insane. How this thing finishes. I mean, obviously, like right now, Okie State has the tiebreaker over Oklahoma. If they finish out, just win out, they have the tiebreaker. So they're in very good shape. But just those are incredible. The Big Ten West is even more incredible. And here's what I want to talk about. It was Iowa's at 5-2. Okay, 5-2. Northwestern 3-4. Nebraska 3-4. Wisconsin 3-4. Illinois 3-4. Minnesota 3-4. But there's only 2 teams alive right now, in essence, right now. So for really not even, I guess I take about, so the only real ones are Nebraska and Illinois, because Illinois and Nebraska both play Iowa. The other schools are done because Iowa's beat Northwestern. So if they lose 2, they still have the tiebreaker.
Who's Iowa got left?
Iowa's got, I just said, Illinois and Nebraska.
Oh, Illinois and Nebraska. Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah, I thought maybe there was one more. No, there's not.
That's it. And then you've got
Illinois and
Iowa has the advantage over Wisconsin. So they're done. Minnesota, for sure, that they don't have the answer over them, but they play Ohio State next.
On the road. Columbus.
So right now, Nebraska and Illinois are the 2 teams. If Illinois upsets Iowa, form right there. If they upset Iowa, and then Nebraska wins out also with this, it's going to be very dicey. Nebraska has the advantage over all of them as far as because Nebraska's beat Illinois. So there's only 2 teams that are left that are alive in the West besides Iowa. It's Nebraska and it's Illinois. So think about that after what happened. Nebraska's if Nebraska wins out, if they win out and win their last 2, they're probably going to be in the mix because Illinois could beat Iowa.
They could.
They just scored 48 points.
Yeah, they could.
So they have a chance.
They found their quarterback, John Paddock.
They found their quarterback. So their whole team their whole dynamic of what that team was when Nebraska played what they're now. It's a 180. Everyone's like going, hang on a second.
Can Nebraska do a 180? Can Nebraska do a 180?
Can Chubba provide the 180?
Can they do a 180?
It could be. Obviously, Illinois had the wrong quarterback. That they were playing the wrong
Think
guy.
about this too. They should have beat Wisconsin. They blew it against. They had a big lead in the 4th quarter against Wisconsin. They should have beat the Badgers. Illinois.
Yeah, had them.
They blew it. Late.
Good point. Can Nebraska change the narrative?
Absolutely. I will say this: when the game starts Saturday night, Nebraska will know where they're at because Illinois and Iowa will be over.
That's right.
Good
That's
point.
correct.
So Illinois and Iowa will be over. So they'll know.
Good point.
But can
They
you
still got a
imagine?
shot.
That's a changer now. If you're ready to go out for kickoff and you know that Illinois just beat Iowa, If we beat Wisconsin, we beat Iowa, we're the champions.
Good God.
So and a lot of weird things happen. Stuff happens. Weird stuff happens.
See, that's the thing. That's why you got to keep going, right? You can keep playing. That's what all coaches like Loxley. I read that what's the guy's name? Talia what?
Tungavaloa.
Yeah, he said that
to his brother.
That they just coach those guys just to you play a play, then put it behind you and go. Just put everything behind you and go.
How about Iowa State?
Yeah,
no one's talking about them at all.
5-2.
They're tied for second. I'm saying one of the best coaching jobs there's going right now.
Ooh,
Campbell.
Campbell's going to get it. Will Campbell get a job out of this? Perhaps.
You would sure think Michigan State's talking to him.
Yes.
You? I mean, it's
no one's talking about Iowa State.
Remember how it does
good.
that? Starting quarterback gambling, boom, out. They bring in a new guy doing. They just crushed BYU at BYU. That's hard to do.
Mm-hmm.
Very hard to do. They've done an incredible job at Iowa State.
Mm-hmm.
And the true freshman tight end who you'd love to have had him paired up with Fedoni and Bork here for tight end because Bramer
he's from Pierce.
He's starting for him,
and
he's playing unbelievable.
Yeah,
Bramer's having a really good year.
Great to hear.
So it would have been nice to have
wonderful to hear.
Have him paired up.
It could have been Matt Harry in 2.0. But
yeah,
went
great.
Somewhere else.
Great.
Well, just right now he's an NFL guy. Just write it down.
I wonder if
Bramer's an NFL guy. He'll play 10 years in the NFL.
That's great to hear.
That's fine. That's
so
fantastic.
if it had him,
that's fantastic.
Him paired up with Fedoni.
Now you're just rubbing it in. That is interesting.
The standings are so interesting.
Campbell. I wonder if there'll be an AD that rolls the dice on him.
When we come back, that's Bill's Phil sponsored by Turks Cotton Tie.
What are the overs on you take this job?
Back to Husker football next, an early break on the ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Constructors Inc., a Nebco company, is now hiring heavy equipment mechanics to maintain fleet equipment and vehicle operations. Constructors offers mechanics a competitive salary, 4-day work weeks with overtime options, a $5,000 hiring bonus, a tool allowance, and great benefits. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. Apply today for their mechanic positions. Visit constructorslincoln.com. If you struggle with joint pain, there's good news. You don't need surgery to get back to full health. South Point Medical and Aesthetics offers breakthrough non-surgical options for treatment of moderate to severe joint pain. Our patients experience little to no downtime from our procedures, and the results are remarkable. They've had 14 years of successful treatments with patients from 35 states because of an effective word-of-mouth traffic. Learn more about how you can get lasting results for joint pain today at southpointmedical.com or call 402-323-8400.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Hi, it's Joel Norman, the voice of your Lincoln Stars hockey team. Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket every Tuesday night from 8 to 9 p.m. to hear the latest on the Stars with myself, head coach Rocky Russo, and special player guests.
The holidays are right around the corner. This is a great year to give your family and loved ones a gift of shoes to encourage them to stay active. Fleet Feet Lincoln fits you properly for shoes, and they offer a free group that meets 3 days a week, plus other training programs and a walking group on Mondays. Get healthy, stay healthy with proper shoe wear from Fleet Feet Lincoln and a group of friends that will support you and keep you accountable. Start your health adventure at Fleet Feet Lincoln at 77th and Pioneers.
All right, Rico, let's do the final checklist before we head out. We have a lot of people coming to the tailgate today. I'm ready. Burgers? Check. Chips? Check. Icy cold beer? Check. Except this one. I'm forgetting something. Wait a second. Where's the Führer's cheese spread? I can't stop eating it. Rico, relax. I always pack extra. It's the biggest hit of the tailgate.
For the best appetizer, party dip, and tailgate snack, load up on Führer's cheese spread today. Found in most local grocery stores.
Vershawn Jackson for Brandt Excavating. Brandt's been in business for 29 years, and they specialize in a variety of things. If you're looking for someone to get the job done in precision demolition, excavating, trucking, mass grading, and site prep, Brandt is the place to call. To set up a quote or learn more, call Brandt Excavating at 402-474-4113 or go to BrandtExcavating.com. They're also hiring, so join the team today. Brandt Excavating, a part of the Bauer brand, who reminds you, go Big Red!
This is Brian at Midwest Bank, and we've been proudly serving clients in the Lincoln community since 2008, and we're excited to open a second location in January 2024 at 70th and Pioneers Boulevard. Our new branch will provide all the convenient services you're looking for in a bank, along with the friendly staff we're known for. Whether you're starting a business or expanding your business, our team is here for you. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at midwestbank.com, member FDIC.
Wake up, Lincoln.
I overslept. Damn rooster didn't crow.
It's time for Early Break, sponsored by Midwest Bank. Live from Lincoln, America. Here's 93.7 The Ticket's Jake Sorensen.
I'm wrong, but I'm not.
Husker Online, Steve Sipple.
If I were a feral cat.
And longtime college football assistant coach, Bill Busch.
You get one team. Mine's the Houston Oilers. I'm not the Texans and I'm not the Titans. So I'm out.
This is Early Break.
Welcome back to Hour 2 on a Monday. Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, Bill Busch on Early Break. Hour 2 sponsored by our friends at Midwest Bank. Member FDIC. Location in Lincoln at 27th and Jamie Lane. New location coming to 70th and Pioneers by early 2024. And Steve Schindler, what's the special today in the Creighton Midwest Bank there, Bill?
We know he's so busy from Friday. Jake texted me like late last night. So just because I just remembered that Schindler was singing with the Mormon Tabernacle Choir as lead tenor.
We have video
on the way to Oregon.
Lead tenor.
Yeah, lead tenor. On the way.
Just so much you forget about what he does.
Forget what he does. So anyway, huge day for him today, getting things going back at the bank. What he's doing is, and this is to support Knox County and everyone in the local area to be able to show up for a huge event. So Schindler is hosting Midwest Bank version of Shark Tank. She's doing Shark Tank.
Great idea.
It's Shark Tank. So he's letting the local people come in with their business ideas or their inventions, and then Midwest Bank will back them financially if they choose to pick them. So they get a chance to come in, and they get a chance to they have a whole board there. Right there.
So I wonder who else.
Pork Chop will be on the board. Pork Chop will be on the board.
Who's
yes.
Pork Chop?
Pork Chop is there. Just don't worry about Pork Chop.
Yeah,
Tyler.
He'll be there.
Tyler Fookman. He'll be there. Yes, he'll be there at that. Russ Dieterson also will be on the board.
They're on the board.
They're on the board that Schindler runs because Schindler runs the bank, obviously. So he'll be in charge of everything there for Shark Tank. So you get to come in, submit your plan, your ID,
Sure.
and then it's like, hey, for 20% of the company. So it's a good thing for Midwest Bank also. And then also what was great was 10-11 Strong is going to carry it live. They're going to carry it live this afternoon. Yes.
Yes. How many hours of program?
It's 3 hours.
Good God, they committed 3 hours.
Yes.
That's
Shark
huge.
Tank Creighton style.
Yeah,
I like
1:30 to 4:30. Yes.
Schindler style.
Schindler style. Shin Daddy's Shark
What
Tank.
an idea.
Yeah, he just came up with it, and he's been promoting like that. So now, because it's to promote the people. Steve's about the people.
Yeah.
Shin Daddy's about the people.
And somebody could hit it big today.
Hit it big. This could be I mean, you read about it all the time, like, oh, here's these people from Shark Tank. Now they've made $44 million because they got on board with it, had a great product and brought it into them.
God.
Shark Tank. 10-11 Strong.
Midwest Bank. That's what they do.
Midwest Bank.
Steve Schindler, Midwest Bank, 10-11 is going to be up there. Amazing. Incredible.
I mean, think about the publicity for his bank.
Yes.
Think about it. Think about it. I mean, 3 hours of programming?
3 hours of programming.
Mel
seems
Maines would have done this for sure.
Schindler seems very low key, but he's got a lot of charisma.
A lot of charisma.
Yeah.
When you're singing live Friday at the Mormon Tabernacle Choir, and then all of a sudden you're back doing Shark Tank.
How old is Schindler?
Like that. Schindler's probably about 60.
It's like he's ascending late in life.
He is. He's
not like he is.
Yeah. He's an ascending banker. Yes.
And for everybody out there, you can think about Schindler at age 60, what he's doing.
He's aging. He's aging gracefully.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's helped you how to age gracefully.
He should be on the cover of Aging Gracefully.
Should.
Yes.
He's the king of it.
He took a screw to the head that they had to pull out with the pliers and kept working.
Yep.
He's an inspiration.
Yes, he is. He's a movie.
So is Tamara.
They're a movie.
Yeah.
They're a movie.
Tamara's, she's the rock.
Yeah. She's the toe. She's the big toe.
Yeah. Good God.
Thank you, Steve Schindler, Midwest Bank. Sponsored
Steve.
the hour too.
Steve.
I saw this text. Now this might be sarcasm. I can't tell because sometimes people get so upset after football games that you don't know what's real and what's not.
Yeah.
This is from a texter in Wahoo. This is not Wahoo. This is not Husker Mike. This is a different one.
Okay.
He's Waterloo, so that doesn't even matter. That's Waterloo. This is Wahoo.
Okay.
Unnamed texter. It might be time for Trev to shake it up and turn it over to Tony White. We've seen what Matt Rhule is. I'm done.
I think that's sarcasm.
Might be. I like it though. There's a lot.
Turn what over?
There's a lot of anger here. Turn
the
the text
program
line to
over?
Matt Rhule from the game Saturday.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the last two games have been
disappointing.
Yeah, I mean, disappointing from an offensive standpoint mainly, right? From a turnover standpoint mainly. From the quarterback standpoint mainly. Quarterback. I mean, if you just look at quarterback, that's the issue, the biggest issue, right?
Yes.
Clearly.
100%. How could it not be?
That'd be your top
number
issue.
one.
Yeah,
Numero
in
uno.
fact, what I would say going forward is I'm a little nervous about the whole situation in the context of what they're getting into as far as what the Big Ten's becoming. You can't be this unstable at quarterback. They got to make some hardcore decisions going forward because I'm nervous about it. You can't be this unstable quarterback in the Big Ten and expect to win at a high rate. So they got to he's got a lot to think about, Matt Rhule, and it's Matt Rhule, not Tony
and
White.
again, at this point, it would be very, very disappointing the way the Big Ten is this year, the Big Ten West specifically, that Nebraska, if they don't make a bowl game, it's going to be extremely disappointing. We said before the year the goal was 6-6, which is a low goal. With the schedule the way it was,
It's an attainable goal.
They were 5-3 going into November. They needed one win, and they still need one win to get, which they can get. And if they get one win, okay, maybe it's not the West title, but it's progress. It's a bowl game.
But what are you worried about? Quarterback.
Of course you are.
And I got to say something. And I know I've backed Heinrich, and I have. I've said you got to be patient with Heinrich Harburg. You got to be patient with Heinrich Harburg, and I have been patient. But you have to acknowledge, even in that conversation, that he had taken a step back against Purdue. Then he took a step back against Michigan State, and he was on his way to a step back Saturday. So now I have said you got to let him develop. You got to let him play through his problems. But 3 straight step backs is a problem. He didn't look right on Saturday at all.
And Rhule, at halftime, Rhule said that he didn't look right, and I put him back in.
He looked skittish again. He doesn't look. He doesn't project confidence. I mean, it's not a great defense he was playing.
When you look at standings again, so when it goes to, let's just say this is next year, the entire West is eliminated right now because even though Iowa has only 2 losses, one is to Penn State with 2 losses, and Penn State holds the tiebreaker over them. So right now, all the teams, the 7 teams that are in the West, would not be getting talked about. It would just be those from there. So once it goes into one big pool, when they pool this thing, one pool at that, like that's the whole scenario that keeps coming. I know right now it's just stay in the moment, which is win the next game. That's it. Win the next game. But in the big picture of where everything is going, when you have now 18 teams, you got to be in the top 2, and really of the 12, I'd imagine the top 3 have a chance for playoffs when there's 12 teams, but not really. It's really more like, hey, the top 2 are going to go in the playoffs when there's 12 teams. The top 2 are going to go.
Okay.
So you still got to be in the top 2 to get in the playoffs.
Yeah, out of 8,
maybe top 3 in a weird situation, because the SEC is going to stack up 3 or 4 teams are going to be in, and then everyone else is going to have probably 1/2
and there's going to be a couple wild card teams. There's going to be a group of 5 that gets in. So you have to really be in the top 2. If you're in the top 2, you go play in that championship game, you're probably going to be in the playoffs. You're probably making that call unless there's something bizarre someplace else.
And think about those teams that are going to make it. They don't have quarterback problems usually.
No.
Think about it. I mean, now Ohio State doesn't have a great quarterback right now, but he's stable. He's better than serviceable.
Yeah.
Kyle McCord is not great. Now he throws to greatness. That's the thing.
Throws to greatness.
He's got some stud receivers and a tight end out there.
And, but McCartney is greatness.
McCarthy,
the
Michigan quarterback.
McCarthy is great.
Who did not throw at all in the second half?
Which is not true.
Oh, he threw
one time.
He did throw it once in a pass interference. They did not have
didn't count.
Didn't have a countable pass, but still, it's still 32. 1 out of 32. Whatever.
What do you do at quarterback? Who starts on Saturday night? Rhule said he's not going to waffle on it. Bill, how quickly do they got to make a decision?
I would say this, but I would say it's probably already made. It's probably already made. I would imagine that. I think the decision. I'm just throwing this on there. It might be easier to be. We're not starting Sims. Harburg's a little banged up. There's no way he's 100%. So you'd start off the week with Chuba as the one right away. Say, hey, we're starting this way because we don't know where you are. With there's no way he's going to be back. A lot of times with ankle injuries too, it'll be one of two things on Sunday. It'll be like, you know what? Really not bad, or it's going to be this is way more sore than what I thought on the next day. Usually it's way more sore.
Here's the thing about Heinrich.
And he's tough. He's a tough kid.
So he is, but he has this ankle injury. But what I was hearing going into the game was he's more banged up than you think, Heinrich. Now he's even more banged up. And Rhule did say after the game he was more banged up than you think. So he's banged up.
Yeah.
Chuba does have live legs, except to some kind of groin injury he's dealing with that's going to require surgery. Now, how bad is that? I don't know.
For sure, surgery?
Yeah, that's what. I think Rhule said that.
He did say that.
Yeah, it's going to happen at some point. So he's dealing with a groin problem. So that's what I'm saying. They're in a fix. I mean, somebody suggested they might have to go with Sims on Saturday night.
You can't. It's not. It's not an option.
You wonder if it would be an option because of injury.
I mean, if you played Jeff Sims, you're telling. I don't know. There's no. I'm curious the belief in the team and what
there would have to be a different.
Oh, Jake, I'm with you.
Set of circumstances than what you saw with the eye, because what you saw with the eye was that Chuba was clearly healthy enough to play.
Yeah, I know. That's the confusing thing.
There wasn't a time when you go like, oh wow, I can. Ooh.
He went around right in on that 13-yard run and looked pretty good.
Looked pretty good doing it. Yes. And they didn't change their play calls when he went in.
No.
They ran the ball with him.
It's confusing too because I know he's been practicing full go.
Mm-hmm.
Like nobody's told me, I mean, Chuba can't really go 100%. So that's why, he's fine in practice. So I'm kind of with, I think it could be Chuba. That's who I'd expect right now, Chuba, to be the guy on Saturday night.
It's just a terrible situation.
You love saying Chuba.
Yeah,
Chuba.
And we'll get to Jimbo next segment, of course, in that situation. We're going to do a wellness check on you here in about 5 minutes.
We're going to butt heads on this.
It's just simple wellness check. It's a simple wellness check. I made no decision. We're going to talk about it here in a little bit. Don't blame me or Bill.
If you think that I really like tonight, I'm like, man, I deal at A&M. That's got me worked up. It doesn't. It's like it's the last thing.
It doesn't have me worked up.
I'm way more worried about what Sugar's doing than I am.
We're gonna throw hands.
Yeah,
I
gotta be honest. You want to fight us, and I'm like, well, I really don't. I
gotta be honest. It doesn't. I'm not that wound up about it either. He's getting $76 million. It's whatever. He lost 4 again.
And they actually blew out a team. Getting fired after a blowout win against Mississippi State.
Why is Jimbo so dour? He's got $76 million coming.
I don't know.
I'd be on top of the world.
Their team just looks they look miserable.
God,
the team looks miserable. Just how they act, how they walk. Just on this, everything about them looks miserable.
Can't Texas A&M be any good?
This year it's killing them too. Because
they haven't won a national title since
Texas is good.
They haven't won a national title since 1939.
It's been a while.
I love that one. We got to get back. You know about back. It's 1939. He hasn't won one conference championship since 1998.
What the
That's
hell?
the last one.
Why can't A&M be good? They got all the money they ever need. They got gorgeous facilities,
and
they're in a fertile recruiting area.
Hold on that. Hang on. We'll get that next
And
segment.
fan base.
But
God.
Before we get to breaking that, people are saying, okay, we brought up the Michigan stat, 32 straight runs.
32 straight
Penn State. Again, one pass that didn't count, pass interference, but 32 straight runs that counted.
What's that, Jake? It's a flex.
It's flex.
It's a flex.
But Nebraska does not have nearly the offensive line or the running backs that Michigan has, but they also don't have a passing attack at all at this point. It's zero. It's interceptions or drops. They don't have a passing attack.
Not much
if you're
more.
playing Wisconsin or Iowa, they're probably going to stack the box. But what's your game plan? What do you do?
That's a good question.
Because you've got injuries, you've got ineffective quarterbacks, you've got ineffective receivers. You have to have some way to move the football.
Well, you know what they want to do. They want to hit you with body blows. They want to hit you with an occasional option. Then they want to hit you with play action. That's what they want to do. You still might be able to do that with Chubba. I mean,
Yes, absolutely. The option game has come down to film.
Yeah.
Now it's
People adjusted.
People have adjusted. Okay, we have this. We got this. We have this. We have this. And you don't see that being near as
effective.
As effective because they've seen it on film.
Now, I think Harburg, that's caught up with Heinrich. People have seen him on film. And the other part of the Harburg discussion is this. He's body sore. He's hurting.
Yep.
And that was somewhat predictable, especially as it gets cold. Those hits are different. Bill would tell you that. The hits are different in late October, November. Feels different.
When you back in the day, because now they even have, like, when it's cold out, you have like the helmet warmers your helmet sits on. When you had to put your helmet on in November and stuff, it was so miserable. It's so cold, and you go to put it on, and it's like this is just awful. Now they have like the helmet warmers, way better.
Yeah.
Or a lot of times, like take your helmet off. No,
I'm
not taking it off. Keeping it on. Keeps my head warm, and then also have to put it back on. It's miserable. Yeah.
But yeah, Jake, you ask a good question. What do you do?
You got to do something offensively. You got to have some sort of game plan.
Right. And me and Bill were saying we felt so confident about Nebraska beating Iowa a couple weeks ago. No, I don't feel confident anymore.
Yeah, we thought that was the easiest one of the three.
They got to move the ball.
Now I'm a little bit pushed back on that.
They just blanked.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the chance to beat Wisconsin is tenfold better than Iowa right now. Not so you can't beat Iowa. Iowa's beatable, so you can't score. But the chance of winning, obviously, is in Madison. Much better.
Somebody among those three quarterbacks has to grab the team and say, we're going to do this. I hope one of those guys can do that.
There's one guy. It's not, though.
Jake, I know what you're going to say.
You have a quarterback.
There's two guys. It could be Harburg or Purdy. That's your option.
I mean,
I feel like the response from the text line and Twitter, I mean, people stand by that.
Really?
Yeah. There's two. You have two options at quarterback. Two.
Yeah.
Heinrich Harburg or Chubba Purdy. That is it.
Two guys who are banged up.
That is it.
I think they're two guys who are banged up.
I think the slight ankle injury will probably make things easier. Unless all of a sudden he comes back, he's like, no, my ankle's 100%. I'm fine. It just got a little tweaked. But those are hard. So I'd imagine right away, like when reps started, if they normally practice, I think Sunday night, right?
Yeah.
Those reps probably.
No, you know what? I don't think they practiced yesterday.
Did
they usually do, but I don't think they did.
And so whenever they go back out and get started again, I would imagine that's pretty easy to have Purdy first, because he had, I know they threw a pick, but he had a good run.
He did, yeah.
Went 90 yards.
That was a good try.
Look, the eyeball test says that looked the best.
Mm-hmm.
And also we have a turnover at 3-by-1 quarterback, and the other one had a turnover, potentially 2.
Yes.
On the one
that one got wiped out.
Got wiped out. And he's banged up.
Harburg.
So that
he's banged up.
It makes it somewhat easier to be like, this is where we're going with.
Wish they had a 4.
Yeah.
I mean, they do. Luke Longbow, but I don't know. It's pretty much 3. You might have to go to the 4. You might have to go to the 4.
The spread blows me away.
7 points, Wisconsin
7 blows me away. But I was blown away by Maryland too. What Maryland went 2.5.
Yep, and they won by 3. Vegas knows.
Shocked.
When we come back, a wellness check on Steve Sipple regarding Jimbo Fisher fired at A&M. Next, an early break in the ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
All right, Rico, let's do the final checklist before we head out. We have a lot of people coming to the tailgate today. I'm ready. Burgers? Check. Chips? Check. Icy cold beer? Check. Except this one. I'm forgetting something. Wait a second. Where's the Führer's cheese spread? I can't stop eating it. Rico, relax. I always pack extra. It's the biggest hit of the tailgate.
For the best appetizer, party dip, and tailgate snack, load up on Führer's cheese spread today. Found in most local grocery stores.
This is Brian at Midwest Bank, and we've been proudly serving clients in the Lincoln community since 2008, and we're excited to open a second location in January 2024 at 70th and Pioneers Boulevard. Our new branch will provide all the convenient services you're looking for in a bank, along with the friendly staff we're known for. Whether you're starting a business or expanding your business, our team is here for you. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at midwestbank.com. Member FDIC.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive. Always honest answers.
Hi, it's Joel Norman, the voice of your Lincoln Stars hockey team. Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket every Tuesday night from 8 to 9 p.m. to hear the latest on the Stars with myself, head coach Rocky Russo, and special player guests.
The holidays are drawing closer, and there's not many things better than getting the gift of relaxation. Not just for yourself, but for anyone in your life. During November, for every service you get at the Body Shop, you get entered into their drawing for a free massage gift certificate equal to your last service. This goes all the way to the week before Christmas, so book your appointments now at thebodyshoplincoln.com and treat yourself and loved ones today. The Body Shop at 48th and A.
This is Rick Heyman, president of Sartor Heyman Jewelers. I'm inviting you to stop by any of our 3 great locations to see why we have been voted best of for decades. We're a 4-generation jewelry company that refuses to compromise on quality or service. If you're in the market for anything for anyone special, nothing, and I mean nothing, says it better than Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Sartor Heyman Jewelers since 1905 in Lincoln and Grand Island.
Hey, it's Sean Callahan, and football season is here, and there is one place that has all the games, plus great food and beer specials. Tanner's Bar and Grill at 30th and Yankee Hill. Whether it's Thursday night football, college football Saturdays, NFL Sundays, or Monday night football, there's a great view of the game from any seat with different food and drink specials every night. Try the Blue Ribbon Reuben Sandwich or the Prime Rib French Dip or any of their famous chicken lips. That's Tanner's Bar and Grill at 30th and Yankee Hill.
Leaves are falling and the temperatures are cooling down. But don't put your golf clubs away. Double Eagle Golf makes golf leagues and events possible year-round. Leagues are underway with winter leagues beginning on November 27th. Check out their deals on monthly memberships and schedule your Husker watch parties, birthday or bachelor parties, corporate and team outings, or just a good old Saturday with the boys. That's all at Double Eagle Golf inside the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street. Book a tee time today or learn more at Double Eagle Golf.
If you're not going to Memorial Stadium for a home game and don't have any travel plans for away games, there's a great place in Omaha to catch the action, the Inner Rail Food Hall. There's plenty of space. The Backstretch Bar has amazing game specials on game days. $15 Blue Moon and Bud Light pitchers, $6 margaritas, and $6 Moscow mules. And if you're hungry, take in some of their great options from their game day pizza specials. Do football game day right in the Inner Rail Food Hall in Exarban Village in Omaha.
Vershawn Jackson for Brant Excavating. Brant's been in business for 29 years, and they specialize in a variety of things. If you're looking for someone to get the job done in precision demolition, excavating, trucking, mass grading, and site prep, Brant is the place to call. To set up a quote or learn more, call Brant Excavating at 402-474-4113 or go to BrantExcavating.com. They're also hiring, so join the team today. Brant Excavating, a part of the Bauer brand, who reminds you, go big Brant.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
The best way to learn about Southeast Community College is to visit. SCC's Discovery Days will give you the opportunity to experience SCC firsthand this fall. Discovery Days provide information about SCC's programs of study, how to pay for college, SCC support services, housing, activities, and more. A campus tour and lunch are provided. See your options at southeast.edu/visit SCC. SCC, your path to possible.
This
Anybody who knows me knows I was cocky out of the womb.
is Early Break with Sip and Jake, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. Weekday mornings from 6 to 8 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You know, as if it wasn't a bad enough weekend with the Nebraska loss to Maryland, 13-10. Huskers now 5-5. Need one more win to get to a bowl game. A guy that did get to a bowl game with the win on Saturday against Mississippi State was fired yesterday. Jimbo Fisher, one of, or as we call Jimba on this show.
They call him Jimbo down there.
One of Sip's favorite people in all of college football.
Absolutely.
Is out. And so this is now a time for a wellness check on you, Sip. How are you okay? Have you recovered from yesterday with the news of Jimba's firing it?
It's a little weird. I mean, it was a little weird. They hammered Mississippi State on Saturday night, but those guys down there, those journalists down there, knew something was up.
This whole thing went down Thursday.
Reported
that went down Thursday. It was just, I think it was just the vibe. It was just they hadn't won enough, but it was just miserable. That was the take that
I hate to hear that.
That it looked, everything was just miserable.
I hate to hear that.
And it had to go a different. It was very similar to what you hear about the Raiders. Was that it was just a miserable locker room, miserable everything, and that's why they made the change.
Here's the deal: Jimbo won big in 2020, the COVID year. They finished number 4 in the country. Elko was the defensive coordinator. Mike
Elko,
yeah,
Duke head coach.
Yeah,
now.
And they had it rolling. They number 5 in the country at the end of the season. They won the Orange Bowl, and it just hasn't clicked since. 4 losses, blah blah blah, and it just hasn't helped. It just hasn't worked. I didn't think he'd get another shot. Now, I did surprise people down there a little bit that they pulled the trigger this early.
I think it gets back to you still look at the numbers and you say, well, he's worse than Sumlin through the same number of games, and that they had no problem getting rid of Sumlin, no problem.
No, and here's the thing, that the athletic director said something interesting in announcing Jimba's dismissal is that one thing he looks for is guys that kind of that assimilate well with the rest of the athletic department, that are all in that regard, in a more of a big picture sense. You could tell something wasn't right there with Jimba. And as we've said, he seemed a little dour, and you know what else I noticed about Jimbo? And this was a big red flag. He was fine after losses this year. He was fine. You could tell it wasn't affected him that much. Probably time to move on. Takes us.
You sound okay right now after all this. I mean, this is a tough day for you.
It's not that tough.
Like I said, it's not tough for me.
There was some inevitability.
This man loves Jimbo Fisher.
There was some inevitability in this discussion, right? You knew it was going to come. I just didn't know it would come that early.
Eventually, what happened was just complete buffoonery with the extension. They didn't have to extend him.
2021, they
They
extended
didn't
him.
have to extend him. They have to do
Yeah,
that.
they
Just be like, no, we're fine. We're already in the
because
contract.
here's the deal,
Yeah.
though. LSU was coming after. Remember?
Yeah.
And so Texas A&M with all that oil money, they just ponied up and said, we'll just pay him $1 zillion and keep him here.
I'll be shocked because I don't think he's done coaching. So I doubt the $76 million holds up, which means they're mitigated. So they're going to have money that's going to come back to him. So he won't get it. He'll get it from someone else, but he's still going to get the same amount of money. He just has somebody else paying him that amount of money. He'll be working. If he wants to sit it out and just say, I'm done, he will get it all.
If I was an AD, Jimbo would have to prove to me that he still wants it bad. He still wants it bad. He still has the fire.
It's hard. It's hard to do, and you've been through that at Florida State.
And when you have that much money.
That much money is like, whoa.
Does he still have, because he didn't appear to have the fire.
Yeah. No. Let's talk about Texas A&M. My take is they have a plan. They've got someone already locked up where it's like, where it's going to be, hey, they're not going into this thing where it's like, all of a sudden it's going to be in the middle of December. Who are we hiring? No, that person's going to be, it's going to be done deal.
Could be Elko.
And they knew it going into it.
Here is the names via Andy Staples of On 3. You're also
On 3.
On 3.
On 3.
A couple of these I just shake my head at, say no way. But here's his list. Dan Lanning, Oregon #1, basically. Mike Elko at Duke. Mike Norvell. You go to Florida State twice in a row if you're A&M?
Norvell's not leaving Florida State.
Norvell's a Texas guy.
I don't think you can hire back-to-back Florida State guys when it didn't work this time.
That's what my family says.
Kalen DeBoer at Washington.
Yeah.
Kalen DeBoer. Would you go there when you're going to the Big Ten? When you're going to the Big Ten now at Washington?
Seems strange.
I don't think so. Then you have Lance Leipold, Kansas.
Not a fit.
Jonathan Smith, Oregon State.
Don't know.
Top 10 team.
Don't
right
know,
now.
but that would be something
yawn.
He's doing an incredible job.
Yawn.
Okay, more here. Jed Fish at Arizona, good year so far.
Okay.
Jeff Traylor at UTSA, Texas San Antonio. Urban Meyer, unemployed, except he's working at Fox right now.
He turned down USC in Texas.
I don't think he wants to go into the NIL world.
Just remember, when you walk into that world of A&M, it's like you have all the money, you have everything. I agree. Who do you play? Well, we're going to play Alabama. We're going to play
everybody.
LSU. We're going to play Texas every year now. And so it's going to be like, whoa. But you have your chance.
Everything they want.
The other two.
They had 100,000 people at the game the other day.
Yeah.
100.
They're still showing up.
So there's two things that always goes together for a chance to, like, how can we be successful? Two things I look for is, do we have the money? Actually, three things. And they have them all. We have the money. Do we have a local area to recruit? And do we have a fan base? Like,
boom, boom, boom.
Take like Miami Hurricanes. Money limited, small private school, not huge pockets, but they have money, but not huge. Nothing like A&M has.
Fertile though.
They have great recruiting area for us right there. Fan base that does not care at all.
They don't have what A&M has.
They don't have. It's not even close. I will say this: of all the places I've coached, and I've been at A&M several times, the sheer pageantry of the game. Nothing compares to it.
They had 103,000 people at the game against Mississippi State. I watched it.
Nothing compares to
huge
it.
Crowd. It's awesome.
You know what Jimbo didn't do? He didn't get. You know what he didn't do? Nebraska fans didn't get the quarterback position in order. They've had injuries, but he didn't get the quarterback position in order.
There's two more that I just shake my head at. He's trying to fill a list here, but why in the world would Dan Campbell leave the Lions to go to Texas A&M? He's 7-2. He's got the Lions from the depths of hell to 7-2.
I agree with you.
Also,
it's a horrible name.
He'd have to leave. He'd have to leave with like 4 games left to go.
It's a stupid name.
Maybe he meant Matt Campbell.
Maybe he did. But he put Dan Campbell with the Lions logo by. Yeah. Stupid choice.
Who else?
And then Dan Quinn is the Cowboys defensive coordinator.
Bill, what you said is interesting to me. You think they maybe have somebody right now?
I think is there any chance? I think they have something in their pocket. Is there any chance that Elko at Duke doesn't take the job if they offer it to him? Not saying he's their number one, but they have him. They know that they've got him. Like, if they call him, he's going to A&M. Yeah. They're going to pay him at least $12 million a year, 10 to 12 a year,
Elko.
and he's going. So they have that. Then they might
the guy.
They might look at a couple others. When they went big on Jimbo, and it failed.
Didn't work.
So is that the answer?
Maybe they go to a more low.
Sometimes like that, and I know you said right, like, well, Lance doesn't fit. Sometimes you know what does fit? Winners.
Right.
Winners. Guys that win every place that they're at. Because the job that he's not his third quarterback, which stinks for the job he's done at Kansas is could Jimbo have done the same job at Kansas?
No.
I don't think I don't if I had to pick one guy, it's like who are you gonna take? I'm gonna take Lance Leipold every time in that spot.
Could Jimbo have done the same job at Kansas? I am not as quick to say no as you.
He's not doing. No way.
No way.
He'd have to show some more fire.
No.
He won a national title. Jimbo.
They weren't like horrible before that, though. Wasn't taking over a program that was dead in the water, had nothing going for it. Well, Kansas was dead. They were a dead fish.
Yeah, but I'm not ruling out that Jimbo couldn't go down there.
I'm just saying, don't rule out. We say Lance isn't a fit. I would.
The only reason I say that is Lance isn't oriented toward 5-star recruits. Now he could do it, obviously, and he injected Kansas with talent.
Recruiting's recruiting. Either you can or you can't.
Yeah, he's more of a developmental
Either you can or you
coach.
can't. Doesn't matter.
I think Lance would look at Arkansas more, maybe more. Now that's not open yet.
It will be.
You think so?
Yeah,
I do too.
He's done.
48-10 loss to Auburn didn't help him.
I think
Didn't help.
I think it's over for
Also,
Sam Pittman.
also tells you a little bit. I know that I went on that rant about Daniels getting the Heisman, which I still believe in. He did against Florida. Don't forget that Arkansas scored 39 against Florida the week before.
Geez, what's wrong with Florida?
Defensive, they gave up, I think, 700 some yards. 700 some yards.
Attaboy, Billy Napier. You're doing a
They're
good job.
5-5. I don't know who they have left. They're 5-5. They have Florida State left, right?
Yeah, that's not good.
Have to have Florida State. Yeah, Florida State.
So I wonder who their game is this week. I think they end at Florida State's the last game. So whoever they have this week is for a bowl game. That's going to be a bad looking deal. They're not going to fire him. Napier's not getting fired.
No, not yet.
But it's going to be a long, hard deal there. Defensively, it's really bad. I mean, they give up 700 some yards.
It's scary to me. It's scary from my standpoint as a Nebraskan that when you can't get it going at Florida, when you got all the support, you got all the talent you need, and you still can't.
Florida has all three.
I know they do.
They have enough money. They have fan base, which is the swamp is incredible. And then obviously
they got it all.
And they have recruiting. I mean, they have
you got to have the right coach.
Yeah.
Jimbo wasn't the right coach.
Jimbo done.
He's got to find some fire, or just not coach anymore.
He might be done. Maybe he's just done. How old is Jimbo?
Maybe he'll take the Boise State job.
Andy Avalo's gone.
I think Jimbo's in his mid-50s. I'd have to
he's got years.
Well, does he? I mean, again, where's the fire?
And then you're also the spot like, where's he going to go? When he went from Florida State to A&M, where's he going to go now? Where it's like, this really fires me up.
There was some thought of it.
He's not going to, he's not. Jimbo's not. Let's say, okay, something crazy. Michigan, Harbaugh leaves or Harbaugh gets fired. Hire Jimbo? Absolutely no chance. No.
Okay,
chance.
what about now? The talk was last year.
Where's the talk coming from?
You're
from the pundits?
It's from down there.
I love pundits.
Neil Brown was in trouble. Now, Neil Brown's not in trouble now at West Virginia. Jimbo's a West Virginia native.
Mm-hmm.
So just a nice little spot at West Virginia. He'd work
He's
there.
from there, potentially.
He'd work there.
Yeah,
they couldn't do much better than Jimbo at West Virginia. If
he go to Pittsburgh, that's going to open probably, right?
Horrible
going on the way out, maybe.
Is he on the way out?
It's just 2 rough years.
2-8.
A couple years ago, they won the ACC. I'd push back a little bit on that. I would
it's just a bad year, though.
I would push back on it.
Might be okay.
It went from a year there's going to be nothing to a lot.
I know.
Nothing to a lot.
I was thinking about that when I was walking away that last segment. There's a lot going. There's going to be a lot of open. There's going to be a lot of movement. A lot of movement. A lot of movement.
Just remember the OC got fired at Penn State, and he scored 51 the week before against Maryland. Scored 51 the week before.
Done. You can't score against Michigan at home.
Also,
you're done.
One of the best defenses in the country is Iowa, and he scored 30 against.
Yeah, here's a counter there on third down against Ohio State and Michigan. They're 5 for 30.
I agree. That's not good.
But again, the counter to that is 51 points the week before. They can't score in the big games. All right, whatever.
So they don't have a great offense. They put 51 on Maryland.
At Maryland. Before.
At Maryland.
Still fired him.
Gone. He's gone.
I wonder how much pressure Franklin felt from maybe from above that he had to fire somebody. Because he's 3-17.
Overreactions like that.
They're going to go 10-2.
Yep. I know.
I've
seen it in Nebraska.
Probably go 11-2.
I've seen guys fired right here for 10 and 9 wins. Now here's the deal: Franklin's 3-17 against top 25 or top 10 teams. 3-17. Yep. He's feeling some heat.
Yep. Let's play the game show. Give us a call right now at 464-5685. Your chance to win a business box of bagels to Bagels and Joe. It's been a good run the last 3 weeks for Steve Sipple on the game show. Today,
Bill. I've done nothing.
And Bill. And Sip and Bill.
That's okay.
Sip and Bill. Both guys.
No.
It's shut up, Sipple. Bill's the lifeline.
No, it's okay. I'll just sit this one out.
No, you're in the game show. It's been a good run for Sip and Bill.
You fired a shot.
I did fire any shots.
Fired a shot.
Today's topic is
Just get locked
current NFL pass rushers. Oh, some of the best sack artists in the NFL.
Trouble.
Current.
Yeah.
Anything
guys,
from the sack exchange from the 60s Jets. Gastineau. Is Gastineau being
Klecko.
that I'm good with.
Howie Long.
Gastineau.
5685. Shut up, Sipple starts right now.
We've all been there. You're listening to the radio, and then that rage starts to grow inside of you. It starts to consume you. It gets to a point where you just want to yell, "Shut up, Sipple!" No, sorry. I'm sorry. Well, here's your chance. It's time to shut up, Sipple. Call now to play. 464-5685. Shut up, Sipple. Brought to you by Bagels and Joe.
All right, 464-5685. Call the Dick Down Sip and Trivia. Again, NFL pass rushers, current ones. It's not from the 70s, not the 60s or 80s. Current guys in 2023 NFL.
Jack Lee Youngblood.
Ted Hendricks. The Stork.
Please, Jacob.
Okay, we've got Sean. It's a Sean Callahan.
It is not.
No, it's not Sean
Sean
Callahan. Darn, I thought your Sean would be here. Sean, do you feel good about NFL pass rushers as of 2020?
Is Sean McVay the head coach? The Rams?
Yep. This is Sean McVay.
Oh, Sean
Cool.
McVay. Nice. All right, Sean McVay's called in. All right, Bill's a lifeline for Sip for one question. As always, Sean, first question goes to you. What NFL team does Hassan Reddick play for?
I hope you. I'm very mad because I should know that.
I
think I know that.
I got it. No, I got it.
This is for Sean. Hassan Reddick.
Okay.
5.
Pass rusher.
4.
Don't feel great about it. I'm going to say the Eagles.
Yeah, got it. Brilliant.
God.
Great. That's great.
That's great.
He is a
Thanks.
Philadelphia
Nice job, Sean.
Eagle.
You know what? He knew it the whole time, and
Yeah,
he
he's
faked this.
don't feel
He's so
great about
bluffed
it.
this. Sean, not like that gamesmanship.
All right.
That was incredible.
Sip for the tie. Your first question down 1-0. What team does Trey Hendrickson play for? Defensive end.
I have a guess if you don't have it.
Okay. I don't mind playing the Bill card right now. Go ahead.
I'm going to say Vikings.
All right. Bill is
Okay.
out. Bill
I
is
didn't know.
out. So you're on
I
your
rolled
own.
the dice.
You want that one, Sean, or not?
No, I'm going to pass.
That'd be the Cincinnati Bengals. Trey
I knew
Hendrickson.
that,
He's
too.
a stud.
The
It's a good-
Cincinnati Bengals.
I should have known that one.
Yes. All right. 1-0
But they were
lead.
bad on defense yesterday.
Yeah, the Texans.
the
Texans. Texans
That's
go
winners and losers tomorrow.
Better start
yeah.
looking at C.J. Stroud for MVP of the
Seriously, he's top
Not
five right
just-
now.
So the rookie of the
It's
year is
over.
over.
Done.
That's over. Just send the trophy down there. That's
It's-
done.
it's
He
over.
might just be MVP.
league. I'm serious.
He's
Who
on-
else would you take over him?
Well, he's top five at the worst right now. At the worst, he's top five.
There's never been a rookie quarterback play this good.
He's been
Never.
awesome. For the win, Sean, last question. What team does Boye Mafe play for?
Oh boy,
Boye Mafe. He has 7 straight games with a sack, by the way, this guy does.
He's making money.
I
Sean.
have no clue. Complete guess. I'll say the Browns.
I like the guess. Okay, we're alive.
You don't have to go for this. You're down 1-0.
All right, pass.
That'd be the Seahawks, the Seattle Seahawks.
Didn't know it.
Seahawks. For the tie, Bill is out. You're on your own. Sip 1-0 lead for Sean. What team does Brian Burns play for?
Never even heard of him. So
I
got
think that's a made-up name.
Brian Burns. Okay.
One of 32.
I mean, there's some teams I know he doesn't play for.
List those.
Cowboys. Cowboys,
them all.
Chiefs.
Who else?
Cowboys, Chiefs, Eagles.
Too bad you got 5 seconds here. 5.
Burns.
Yes, Brian Burns.
Browns.
That'd be the Carolina Panthers. He's been good for several years there in Carolina. Look up his stats. He's a stud. Sean,
The
congrats.
Panthers, no one even knows they exist.
We'll get you bagels, Sean. Nice win, and we'll call him down the road.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you,
Okay,
Sean.
Sean, great job.
You know, there's something pretty obvious at this point, I think, regarding this NFL season.
Okay.
I think the upset of the season was not Jets-Eagles. I think it was when the Panthers beat the Texans a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. Good point. Seriously.
That was a 15-13 game.
That's weird.
Stroud was not good. And since then, he puts up 40-plus points last week against the Bucs. He puts up 30 points on the road in Cincinnati. And somehow the Panthers beat him. I don't understand that.
That's weird.
Baffling result.
That is a big upset.
Big deal. Because the Panthers are horrendous and, going nowhere this season. So, all right, congrats to Sean. He wins today. Always
We'll try it again tomorrow.
It's your
Jake.
first Monday loss in a while. You haven't lost a Monday for a while. So, okay. When we come back, we'll have the spillover on early break in the ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Leaves are falling and the temperatures are cooling down. But don't put your golf clubs away. Double Eagle Golf makes golf leagues and events possible year-round. Leagues are underway with winter leagues beginning on November 27th. Check out their deals on monthly memberships and schedule your Husker watch parties, birthday or bachelor parties, corporate and team outings, or just a good old Saturday with the boys. That's all at Double Eagle Golf inside the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street. Book a tee time today or learn more at Double Eagle Golf.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
It's football season, and that means coaches everywhere are busy making game plans. I'm Matt Knipe with Liberty Law Group. Teams make game plans because no two opponents are the same. At Liberty Law, we understand that no two cases are the same. Whether facing a DUI, criminal charge, or you were injured and it wasn't your fault, we tailor our legal game plan to meet your unique needs. We are relentless trial attorneys serving all of Nebraska. To learn more, go to libertylawnebraska.com. That's libertylawnebraska.com.
If you struggle with joint pain, there's good news. You don't need surgery to get back to full health. South Point Medical and Aesthetics offers breakthrough non-surgical options for treatment of moderate to severe joint pain. Our patients experience little to no downtime from our procedures, and the results are remarkable. They've had 14 years of successful treatments with patients from 35 states because of an effective word-of-mouth traffic. Learn more about how you can get lasting results for joint pain today at southpointmedical.com or call 402-323-8400. Bagels & Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in November with the best breakfast sandwiches in Lincoln made just the way you want. Order a caramel latte this month and 10% of proceeds will go to the Lincoln Habitat for Humanity. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels & Joe.
The best way to learn about Southeast Community College is to visit. SCC's Discovery Days will give you the opportunity to experience SCC firsthand this fall. Discovery Days provide information about SCC's programs of study, how to pay for college, SCC support services, housing, activities, and more. A campus tour and lunch are provided. See your options at southeast.edu/visit SCC. SCC, your path to possible.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of local union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Experience flexibility like never before with Ace Rent-to-Own. Whether you're decorating a new home or upgrading your electronics, they provide easy payment plan options that suit your budget. No credit checks, no hefty interest rates, just straightforward renting solutions designed with you in mind. Find great options to make a beautifully furnished space or surround yourself with the latest gadgets. With Ace Rent-to-Own, it's all within your grasp. Visit acerentoown.com and bring home more than just a product. Bring home a lifestyle.
Vershawn Jackson for Brandt Excavating. Brandt's been in business for 29 years, and they specialize in a variety of things. If you're looking for someone to get the job done in precision demolition, excavating, trucking, mass grading, and site prep, Brandt is the place to call. To set up a quote or learn more, call Brandt Excavating at 402-474-4113 or go to BrandtExcavating.com. They're also hiring, so join the team today. Brandt Excavating, a part of the Bauer brand, who reminds you, go big Brand.
What a day. I could sure use an afternoon pick-me-up.
Hold up. The new 93.7 The Ticket location has a milk, coffee, and tea inside? Oh, yeah. This is a game changer.
Need an afternoon pick-me-up? How about a coffee or smoothie on your way to work? Stop by the Ticket Mill location on 1040 O Street to get your go-to drink or try out our new game day drinks, exclusive to the Ticket Mill location. We know it'll make your day a million times better.
Belmont Chiropractic and Novotny Nutrition and Wellness specialize in getting rid of people's pain quickly and permanently. For 31 years, they've been extremely successful with advanced techniques in pain relief using spinal adjustments and decompression, detoxification, diet and lifestyle modification, and more. They are fully equipped to handle the most seasonal athlete, weekend warrior, car accidents, strains, sprains, and more. Is there anywhere you're experiencing pain on your body, or are you fighting decreased energy and depression? Consult Belmont Chiropractic and Novotny Nutrition and Wellness first at 402-476-8619.
This
good morning, little brother.
is Early Break with Sip and Jay, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. Weekday mornings from 6 to 8 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It is time for the Spillover with Raph and AD on a Monday, sponsored by South Point Medical and Aesthetics. Some breaking news as we begin this segment in the world of college football. Zach Arnett, the head coach at Mississippi State, fired.
Wow.
So two guys coaching the same game.
1 year.
Jimbo Fisher and Zach Arnett are both fired as the head coach of their schools.
1 year.
Not even 1 year, less than 1 year.
Yeah.
Wow.
Gone.
What was his payout?
I don't not like Jimbo's, that's for sure.
Jimbo he went 6 years. Jimbo made it 6 years.
Yeah.
This was his 6th year. Anyway, let's get in right into Nebraska football. Who's your starting quarterback on Saturday night, guys?
Chubba.
AD.
Gosh, it didn't look any better on the road either.
You were on the road. You were in Oklahoma.
I was in
You were
a
in
lot of
Oklahoma.
places. Yeah, I watched it down in Oklahoma. Guys, I don't know. I seriously don't know.
You got to give me an answer.
If I had to go right now, because I think he got the least amount of time Saturday, I'd probably give Chubb a chance.
I'm with you guys.
I think it'll be Chubba. I think that his ankle injury, I'll probably keep him from
Jake,
practicing a little bit.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just need to make some sort of switch.
The stance is this for me, and I've been pretty much hearing the same thing from the texters and tweeters, is that there's just no chance that Jeff Sims can play again for this program.
Not
I mean,
a
I'm saying
unless they need it.
I'm saying ever. Like it's
Jake,
done.
they might need
the
it.
man needs to be gone next season.
Easy, Jake.
He's done this year.
Okay.
Listen, you
No, I
said
got it.
before, Sip, that these are kids that are now paid. Very
He's not
well.
a kid. He's a grown man.
He's
You're
a
right.
grown man, and what he does is a turnover every 9 plays he's in the game. You said the stat, Sip, is incredible. 47 pass attempts this year, 6 interceptions.
Right. That doesn't
That's
fly.
and the fumbles are he dropped snaps against Minnesota and Colorado. He fumbled the ball against Purdue and went for a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
He had 3 turnovers in a very short amount of time against Maryland. He can't play anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot play Jeff Sims ever again in the Crimson, Scarlet and Cream, whatever.
All
Scarlet and
right.
Cream.
You might need him.
Ever.
What happened? What happened to the quarterback
Never.
that came from Mississippi? Is he still around?
Luke Long. Oh no,
No.
Jack Woke.
Jack Wolk.
Yeah, he's still around. He's still around. You could
Give him a chance. Why not?
I don't think.
Why
got
the heck
anything to
not?
lose
We
at
haven't
this point.
seen him. We haven't seen. Well, but here's the thing. We haven't seen him, so you don't know. I don't know what that would look
Can
like.
Buschini throw?
Just have him kick it.
Just punt.
First down,
Just
punt.
kick it.
punt.
Suckers,
No,
got
I
you.
mean, kick it to the player. Just have him kick it.
See, the unknown
punt.
the unknown with Chubba is Rhule referred to a groin issue that he's had, and he is facing surgery. So is he even 100%? He's been practicing full go. I think he must be okay, except he is facing a surgery.
Mm-hmm.
So now then the other unknown here is how will Heinrich come back? How well will he come back from an obvious ankle injury? Now he was cleared to go back in, so he's probably okay. Now, Jake, what I would say is Sims is healthy.
Well,
healthy.
you could fool me the way he plays if he's healthy. I'm sorry. Listen, I know it's critical, but he was a huge reason why they lost the game. Again, all quarterbacks were terrible. Chubba, again, had a nice drive. The pick was unfortunate. He had a good drive, though. Jeff Sims threw a interception at the end of the first half, which again was fluttered in the wind. It got picked off, and then he had 2 straight plays with turnovers.
And that was
the fumble was horrible, and then the next drive, the very first play, he throws to nobody. Airmails everyone. It's easily picked off. That guy cannot play football at Nebraska. It just can't happen.
It's not a horrible take. I mean, 6 interceptions.
Tell me that I'm wrong.
No, 6 interceptions and 47 passes.
That's bad, bro.
Yeah.
I think now all of Nebraska needs to be watching on Tuesday night. Toledo plays, and Nebraska needs to make a care package and send it to DeQuan Finn and say, DeQuan, how about you come to Nebraska and play football for us next year?
A quarterback.
It's time to start looking around and say, hey, who's potentially at smaller schools that might need to move up to a higher level?
Come on.
And go all in. And
they have to be looking now.
DeQuan Finn is my number 1A if you want to transfer quarterback next year.
Now, here's the thing, Raph, and I've been saying this, but I'll say it again. You don't get your pick. That's not the way this works. You just don't say, okay, we'll take him, because there's going to be other people that want to take him. So you don't, it's not like like I always hear people say, well, Sipple, the guy go in the portal and get a quarterback. Yes, but it's not like you just go in and get your pick. It has to, that there has to be a mutual agreement, and that gets complex in the NIL world because, now money's involved.
Yeah.
Well,
so
here's
we'll see where
the
it
deal.
goes.
I think now this is going to be potentially scandalous here, but if you're trying to be as as detailed as possible, also search the FCS ranks.
Yes.
Okay, it doesn't have to be Division I.
Oh, I totally agree.
There's studs. We see them all the time. Delaware's had guys get drafted.
Yeah,
North
you're right.
Dakota State. I mean, come on.
No, you're
it
right.
It does not have to be a Power 5 school.
Right.
As
100.
Raph said, Toledo's got a good quarterback. That's not Power 5. There's guys out there that could take a step up and gladly play in the Big Ten.
You're right.
The Power 5.
You're 100% right. Now,
FCS.
I will say this, though,
Group of
Jake,
5. I don't care.
If there's an FCS guy out there capable, everybody knows about him. It's hard to get a hidden gem.
I would say this then, Cameron Ward, who again, and they've fallen off at Washington State. I get that. They have started off well. They've dropped off. Cameron Ward was an incarnate word and chose Washington State.
Yep.
Okay.
No,
he went to
I agree with you.
Pullman, Washington willingly. And Mike Leach was not there. This is post Mike Leach. This is Jake Dickert, Washington State.
God dang,
If you can't get a quarterback to Nebraska over Pullman, Washington, I don't know what to tell you.
The whole thing makes me nervous. The whole thing makes
You know
me
what,
nervous.
Sip? Let me ask you this. I was thinking about this on the plane last night. I wanted to ask you this morning.
Yes.
Have you seen a Nebraska offense this inept in all your years of covering Nebraska
Well,
football?
when Nebraska had the great defense, the Sioux defense.
Oh, yeah, 09.
Yeah, 09. It was
this bad, though, Sip?
No, it wasn't this bad.
It wasn't this bad,
It was
brother.
pretty bad, but not this bad. Because I don't think that team turned it over like this.
No. I mean, we lead the nation in turnovers. But I think it's 30 right now.
27.
20. It's 27 turnovers.
27 turnovers, 22 by the quarterbacks, 14 interceptions, 8 fumbles.
Those numbers, and even to look at, if you just looked at the box score, just looked at the turnover margin. Against Maryland, it would have been kind of different because both teams turn the ball over a lot. But we got away with one against Purdue, turned the ball over. Obviously, it cost us against Michigan State. It cost us again against Maryland.
All the losses.
Minnesota, Colorado.
Cost.
I mean, I've never seen a team this gracious with the football.
No,
I just haven't.
When you go,
yeah, I've never seen
giving.
it.
You go into that game, you're sitting
Never
there.
seen it.
I'm sitting. We all sit there before the game, and you think, okay, they're going to get this turnover thing under control. Then they have 5.
Yep. It's just.
They're going to get
control.
under. This
It's
is the
out of
day.
control.
This is the day they get it under control. As I was thinking.
Nope.
This is the day they get it under control. And if you do get it under control, you win that.
You
game.
win.
Because your defense.
You win the
is-
past 2 weeks.
Yeah, your defense is playing well enough.
Yeah.
They had
that you should be okay.
They had 4 turnovers against Purdue, 3 against Michigan State, 5 against Maryland.
Full-fledged
It's
epidemic.
It's just not. It's not football.
No.
And I'll give you one name to watch out for here too in the portal. I was texting a buddy last night for a potential quarterback. This one's for real. Now, there's a guy that was starting at a good school. He got benched. He's still a good player. Jaden DeLora at Arizona is not starting anymore.
Good point.
And he's a good player. He's not.
Good point.
He's
Good
not
point.
great.
How many years has he got left?
He's got 1 or 2. I want to say.
All right.
He is certainly going to hit the portal, and he's a guy that I would start making some feelers out.
I'm not shooting anything down.
Jaden
within
DeLora
reason,
at
within
Arizona.
reason.
Watch out for him.
Yeah,
He's
I'm
a
not-
guy you need to go after.
I think you.
He's competent. He's competent. I want I want competency, man.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
Well,
Just take care of the ball.
Nebraska's still going to have to decide what kind of offense they're going to run, because we're in game. What are we, 5-5? We're 10 games through the year, and I have no clue what Nebraska's offense, what it's going to be based after. I mean,
Well,
are you going to go with an RPO offense? Are you going to go with a drop back pass off? I mean, I'm still as lost as anyone. I have no clue what Nebraska's formula for what they want their offense to be
going forward, you know what it is now, though. I mean, they want to now. Rhule has defined it pretty well, and he has said we want to hit the team with body blows. So run a running back, conventional run game where you hammer them, mix in some option, and play action. That's what they're trying to do. It's not succeeding. Teams have gotten pretty proficient defending the option. They're not now. They did. Listen, the offensive line played well on Saturday. You can't pin this on the offensive line.
No.
Protection was fine.
Yeah.
They ran the ball for 184 yards. There were holes. The downhill running game was pretty good. The defense, again, I mean, bright spots. The defense is playing well enough for Nebraska to be winning these games. Special teams was fine on Saturday. It was fine. They had executed a fake punt. Buschini punted twice.
Alvano made a field goal.
Alvano made a field. Thank you, Jake. So it's just really, it's the quarterback position.
Yeah, it's
the quarterback position.
I
One
think
single
Saturday, you guys, was the most frustrated.
Yep.
And each week I keep saying that same thing, but it keeps the level of incompetency on the offensive side just keeps growing. And I've never been. I mean, I watched that game in Tulsa, had some barbecue, watched half another game, and went to bed. I was just pissed.
I imagine you were incredulous. I was incredulous.
Yeah, I was.
Like, you got to be kidding me.
I literally walked the streets of Tulsa for a while.
Just trying to find yourself.
You and Jake were hurting.
I went home and didn't talk to anybody. The rest of the day.
I didn't respond.
At 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, I didn't want to talk to my tech, and people were. I didn't want to talk return any text. I didn't want to talk on the phone. It was.
I'm sorry.
Incredulous is the word.
They tried to text me. I didn't respond for hours. Mark yourself safe. I didn't
Mark
respond.
yourself safe.
Listen, my phone, I just didn't even look at it. I don't care. I don't want to talk to anybody. This is where I'm at. So, all right, that's it for us. We got to pass it off to Raf and AD for Steve Sipple and Bill Busch. I'm Jake Sorensen. See you tomorrow.
Living life to its fullest is just a free consultation away. If you're living with symptoms that you can't shake, then bring your low energy, brain fog, belly fat,